Dalton Mayor Tiffany Henyard.
Tiffany Henyard.
Tiffany Henyard.
Tiffany Henyard.
Tiffany Henyard is around. It is always interesting.
Only one word come to mind, and that's demon, possessed.
I've never seen anybody work so hard. I'm going to the end with her.
Good to meet you.
Good to meet you too.
How are you? To you, what is the biggest thing against Tiffany that you would say don't vote for her whatsoever?
Only give me one.
No, you won't.
From Vegas to Chicago, rolling around in Tahoe.
But you said Keith Freeman bought him, right? What is this?
What is that?
That's your signature, dude.
That someone used, and I told you that.
So someone
what I gotta
forged
lie
your
for?
signature.
They did?
Tiffany Henyard, the super mayor. She's the local politician from Dalton, Illinois, south side of Chicago, that's been causing international headlines about her antics. We did a piece on her about a year ago to this day, and we cooked her. Over 5 million of you tuned in to see the antics and the corruption that were happening in Dalton, Illinois. And I kept in touch with Tiffany. Every now and then I'd kind of tease her on Instagram when I'd be in her town. "We on your block, Tiffany, what you gonna do about?" And she never responded until September 11, 2024, she said, "Hello, give me a call," which I was surprised to hear because we didn't make the friendliest piece about it. I called her and texted her, and it took until November to get on a phone call with her. I think one of the important pieces will just be us getting a sit down, clearing the air, talking about, you know, you can address like, hey, when you said this in your piece, like this is where I think it was wrong, and then I can respond to that. And
What makes you want to do this anyway? What's wrong with you? You alright?
Because I think you're an interesting person, and I think I like covering one-of-one characters, and I think you're a one-of-one character. After that, it took until February to book an in-person meeting. But she reached out and said she wanted to tell the story from her point of view and show me what it's like in the life of a super mayor. And that me and the rest of the media that covered her are fake news, and that we lied on her name. Is that possible? She tried inviting me to a turkey giveaway, but I said, I don't want to just do PR for you, Tiffany, because I wanted to see for myself in person Tiffany Henyard, the super mayor, the cult of personality that's behind the international headlines of controversy and chaos. When I spoke to her on the phone, she was adamant that I had done her dirty, that she is actually a hero in the town. At one point, she actually compared herself to Jesus Christ. There's so much out there about the stuff you've done that to just like think 100% of it is false. It's hard to believe.
But didn't they do that to Jesus Christ? So what's the difference with Tiffany Henyard?
In Jesus Christ?
I'm being crucified in the public eye.
So it got me wondering, is it possible that she has been totally misrepresented and she is actually the hero the town of Dalton has been looking for, and that she's a servant of the people? Or is it possible that she is the biggest villain the town has ever seen, a pathological liar, and an agent of chaos destroying the city? Last year when we covered her, we brought the receipts. This year when we covered her, we brought even more. A whole lot of them, in fact. We're talking federal indictments on the table here, folks. Let's go to Dalton, Illinois, and see what it's really like meeting the super mayor, Tiffany Henyard. And for those that don't remember, let's first recap Tiffany Henyard's insane behavior that we documented on our first piece on her. Remember, folks, she is a mayor of a small South Chicago town of 20,000 people and found it necessary to roll around in a convoy of Tahoes with armed security escorting her out of the car like a queen. When she took office in 2022, Dalton had a surplus of $5.6 million, and now just over 2 years later is in a deficit of $3.65 million. In the category of outrageous spender, Tiffany gets a gold medal. Among her expenditures, Tiffany paid the police overtime to protect her, including one officer that logged over 300 hours on a single payroll. She took first-class flights and ate at steakhouses around the country, spent $1 million plus on her own personal ice rink, spent $5,000 just on wigs, and that's just the tip of the iceberg. But now, folks, things are a little different. The walls seem to be closing in around Tiffany. She no longer has her Tahoes, she has to rely on her married boyfriend Kamal to drive her around, and she is under heavy federal investigation where apparently many of her former allies are beginning to turn informant on her. Today's episode will consist of 2 parts. Part 1 is us spending a day hanging out with Tiffany, and Part 2 is us covering Election Day in Dalton against her top rival, Jason House. There's a lot of action here today, folks, so let's dive in. You smell that? It's election season, folks. We're back, touching down on Dalton, and today's the election that determines whether Tiffany Henyard stays as mayor or someone else wins. We're here boots on the ground, ready to rock and roll and get to the bottom of this. So I'll keep you posted as the story develops.
You did videos like with gangbangers, right?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. You look more clean cut though.
Thank you. I got a whole lot of Tahoes.
Today we interviewed her and she's excited. She said she's going to take home the win.
I see no competition. So when I come in with a landslide this evening, I'm gonna be so great. Y'all can all come to the after party and we can talk about it.
It's election day. What's going through your head?
We're waiting on these results to come in and have a landslide victory. We got tired of the lack of transparency, lack of engagement in the community, disrespect to the community, and first-class trips being done on our taxpayer dime. So we sat down together. I was selected. I'm pleased to be selected from the team, and now it's time that we change the narrative of Dalton.
To you, what is the biggest thing against Tiffany that you would say don't vote for her whatsoever?
You're only gonna give me one? It really is the image that's been put on our community, because our community is not what's being portrayed in the media. And then we look up and don't have the resources that we really need.
She said that the FBI has not contacted her whatsoever. Is that possible?
I think it's possible that they haven't contacted you yet, but I also would say the subpoenas led a clear trail on what they're interested in.
WGN Investigates has obtained copies of new subpoenas that show the investigation is widening.
Describe the character of Tiffany Henyard.
Only one word come to mind, and that's demon, possessed. I am praying that tonight the village of Dalton will be victorious in getting rid of Tiffany Henyard and her goons. They even came to my house.
She said she didn't buy the Tahoes and none of the vehicles you purchased.
No, hell no.
Her signature is on the lease.
So she definitely bought the Tahoes.
Yeah, I mean, her signature is all over them. Of course she bought the Tahoes.
Her very brilliant boyfriend, Kamal, had an explanation, though.
It's not even her responsibility. Her responsibility is to be a mayor. You got people that stand next to you that's supposed to be handling the business. By the time it makes it to you, it's for approval.
This is Kamal, a married man who is also Tiffany's boyfriend, chief advisor, and her full-time driver. And you may be familiar with him as the guy that got into a brawl at Tiffany's town hall meeting.
Brawl just the latest drama for Henyard, who also serves as Dalton mayor and is under investigation by the FBI.
With his prestigious resume of running a car wash / party venue that currently owes over $148,000 in back taxes, Tiffany wisely selected him to be the director of Thornton Township's youth programming with a salary of $108,000.
That still falls on you. You were supposed to train them. You were supposed to watch them. You didn't do that.
She not only knew about it, she told them what type to get.
Is there any chance you think she wins today?
I think we're gonna win, and our goal is to win with 82% of the vote.
She doesn't have a shot in hell.
What are you looking for to happen today?
Change. It is absolutely disgusting what's happened in this village over the last 4 years.
Because the people of Dalton, they just deserve better.
Who do you think are her allies? Like, why would someone support her at this point?
She take people and she give them the most they've ever made.
You can take that, scan that QR code, all the information there. So I don't want to.
But here's the thing. If it's the truth, why you're not going to speak on it? See, that's the thing. If you're really passionate about the truth, I would say it.
We team Tiffany. She's a wonderful mayor.
What do you love about her?
Everything.
You think she's going to win today?
I hope.
Did you guys vote for her the first time around?
I never did. No. I never did. No.
I helped her with her campaign.
I certainly did not.
And what made you leave her campaign?
I was more than just that to Tiffany. I was her daughter's godmother.
Wow.
Yeah.
And you're voting against her?
I don't live here in Dalton. I flew in from Florida to be here.
What made you do that?
My husband's the ex-police chief.
Lewis?
Collins.
Oh.
Shame on you.
What's your guys' take on Lewis Lacey?
He's a joke. He's a shame.
thug.
He's a disgrace.
Folks, last time I was in Dalton, something happened to me and my team that I felt was wrong. There's a stop we need to make. Last year when I visited Dalton, I tried to find Tiffany for an interview at the local town hall. In doing so, I was absolutely swarmed by Dalton PD, and I had a showdown with Lewis Lacey, the former police chief who is built like a potato.
I know who you are, get your information, get it right.
That sounds like a threat.
Coming back valid. Okay, gentlemen, have a good day.
Are you gonna get in your vehicle? I'll get in mine, you get in yours?
Hey, go to your car. Have a good day.
So today I visited Dalton PD headquarters to look for Lacey to have a friendly conversation. I'm looking for an old friend. Lewis Lacey?
He hasn't been employed with the village since like August.
Is Lewis Lacey here? Oh. If you guys find him, let him know that I'm interested in beating his ass, all right? Thank you. Louis Lacey, if you're any type of man, which I know you're not, you find me at Tommy G. McGee on Instagram and you take me up on this challenge. Officer Lacey, you want to handle this like a real man? I will pay you a week's salary. Any gym in Illinois or Wisconsin, I'll meet you there, handle it like men. If I lose, I give it to you. If I win, I donate to charity. And I'm pretty sure you're gonna keep your little butt in the office. You're not gonna take up a real challenge. I'll expedite this ass whooping straight to you. You tell me where to meet and when. And let's just say, I hope you have good insurance. Hey, I stopped by to try and say hi to Louis.
Work there, though, but we told you that.
I know, but yeah, I just gotta follow down leads, you know?
Oh, okay.
Are you feeling good, Tiffany? You feeling confident?
Yes.
Okay. Okay.
Yep.
All right, I'm gonna hit a few places around Dolton. Let's make sure to link up today. This is history in the making.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
What do you think about the Tahoe expenditures?
Who? For I don't know about that.
What do you think about the first class flights?
I don't know. I don't, you know, personally what they do, I don't know. I'm just here to support it.
You don't have any opinion on it?
You know, ain't nobody said nothing about fight.
We volunteer. We from the south side of Chicago.
See, y'all don't even live here.
So why show up today then?
Right.
We volunteering. The question is,
But why?
The question isn't why show up, it's why not show up.
Are you guys on our payroll?
She had to get supported from the south side of Chicago.
She got her family from the south side of Chicago.
Are you on our payroll?
I'm just here to
You're not getting a dime?
I want to get on your payroll.
But what had you coming all the way from the south side to volunteer?
You put me on no camera, bro.
In public, unfortunately, you can't.
I'm public fortune shit.
No, I'm telling you what it is, though.
Bro, stop talking to me, bro. Slap the shit out.
No, you won't.
No violence.
No, you won't.
Violence. We are the peacemakers.
You won't do it. I hope 3 pieces and a biscuit is not going to be served for lunch, you know what I mean? Excuse me. Sorry. I know he didn't say it to me. I don't know who he said it to, but it wasn't to me. 10-4, we have a Tiffany Henyard sighting at the Diekman Elementary School, okay? All units report to the area. We'll see you on the scene. You guys seen it recently?
It smells good.
So yes or no for Tiffany? We got news crews, we got the sheriffs, we got more news crews getting the scoop. And Tiffany Henyard is sitting in her car. I don't know if she's playing games on her phone or, I don't know, maybe writing another verse for another song that she's gonna record, but we're anxiously awaiting. Hey, Tiffany. Good.
What makes you think the next 4 years will be different from the previous 4?
Because we're going to do unity amongst community this time around.
Anything you want to explain to the voters?
Yeah, give me 1 minute. Let me go vote.
All right, we'll see you soon.
Can we get you voting?
Yeah.
Nobody can come in.
Yeah, we're
I have to get out.
Tiffany.
Hold on. Don't push me down, please.
Tiffany, let's mic you up for this. Morning. LBs.
Okay, all right.
She don't do the day-to-day operations. That's why you have a village administrator and a senior advisor.
But if you're responsible for running the budget of a town, and the budget's going astray
You're talking
because
about the person that's allotted the car, right?
Mm-hmm.
So they have to do what? Spend it responsibly, right? Who sees it before she sees it?
The guy that spent it, the accountant, whoever has access.
Bam!
Whoever has access to it.
Bam! But if the CPA that's set in place, right, does not report it to the lead, the top, how would you ever know? You running a business, right? Like a real business. This is basically a Fortune 500. You know what I'm saying? You running 2 Fortune 500s, and both of them municipal. You get what I'm saying? So when you're doing the hiring, it's not you, it's HR.
So if I understand it correctly, she's not involved in the hiring and she's not involved in the spending.
How do you involve yourself in something you don't even have a car with?
The government.
130 people.
How's it going?
How y'all doing?
Good, how are you?
My two laughing right there. What's
Good to
up?
meet you.
Good to meet you too.
How are
Good to
you?
see Hey guys.
How's it going? The one, the only Tiffany Henyard.
Finish getting ready.
Finally we meet.
Huh?
Finish getting ready.
Yeah, I'm finna finish get ready and I'll
Okay.
be back.
Cool,
But
cool.
They gonna give you a whole layout of everything.
Perfect.
Yep, all right.
First comment I can say off the bat, she has charisma.
Yeah.
Which I'm not surprised by.
What's your favorite food?
Actually, I love Mexican. Then also
Hey, did you
pasta
call
Italian.
them?
So we're about to go and talk to residents. Door knock, what we do normally during campaign season, just to show you guys that I am truly loved by the residents of Thornton Township. Look who it is. The one and only Leah. Hey. How you doing, Mama? So cute. Yeah. Good to see you. I said, you flying over here, girl. How are you? Good. How you doing? I am well. Tell everybody so the world can understand what it is your super mayor do.
She do a whole lot. Okay, she look out for her people. Is she underrated? You know what I'm saying?
I moved from the Chicago area, and in order for us to have festivals or things that we did, it was never in our communities. Since I've been in this township, festivals for every holiday. And I was able to go to the food pantry. And when I looked at my box, I had shrimp, I had chicken, I had a turkey. You know, it was good food. I've never seen anybody work so hard, and even after being humiliated. I'm going to the end with her. I'm going to the end.
Why do you think she's so targeted right now?
Look at what y'all doing. Y'all are terrorizing the community. Y'all think y'all terrorizing her, but y'all really terrorizing the community with all the things that y'all doing, all the negative things that y'all throwing out there. Y'all hurting us. So what do I think about the news that's out there? I think a lot of it is false news. I think a lot of it is slander. They hating on her, period. And it's true.
She's been targeted because she's black and she's young and she's female. That's 3 strikes against her.
Some of the people we interviewed last time we were here that were speaking against her were also black and female.
They got on the bandwagon.
If a leader is going on first-class flights, going to steakhouses, how do you feel about that as a taxpayer?
Why is she supposed to fly coach? Why is she supposed to ride a bus or whatever? Why is she not supposed to have more than one security guard?
I think every mayor eats steaks. I think every mayor travels.
I think she's doing exactly what she's entitled to do. She's the supervisor. I think she goes over budget for the community.
I was starting to wonder if I was being North Korea'd by Tiffany, you know, where everything is staged and carefully arranged to give you a reality that they want you to see. What I thought door knocking was canvassing every house on the street to ask their opinion, not just a pre-selected resident that appears to have gotten free stuff from Tiffany. This whole experience had me questioning what was real. Was it possible that she was actually really good for the people of Dalton and that she was the victim of a fake news campaign? That's what I had to find out. So if you get reelected, what's something you want to do in your as mayor?
When I get reelected, because I'm gonna come in by a landslide like Trump did. Just know that. So when I get reelected, I'll be able to really show the residents, those that's been blind, to what it is that I truly vision for the Southland, which is growth, opportunity, businesses.
Tiffany, we are at the infamous ice rink right now. The ice rink that was claimed to be your personal party spot. Is it open to the public? What's going on here?
Yeah, come on. People can
Where's the
tell
ice?
whatever lies all they want, but this is the ice in the garage. We didn't put the ice down this season because they wouldn't allow Public Works to basically help us with the ice.
So people in the public have been using this ice rink?
Yeah. Hey y'all! It's your mayor, Tiffany A. Henyard, the people's mayor. We here in the village of Dalton and we about to get our skate on. Remember, when all 5 of them trustees said no, look what God did.
Tiffany claims the ice rink was open to the public, but there is no proof of that at all, and her opponents will point out that the only time they saw the rink in use was when Tiffany was throwing private parties there.
The first year we opened it, we put the ice was down. So it was dope.
But it's used in the summer too to skate?
Yeah, it's open all year round.
I'm getting ready to get out of this seat because that's a bald-faced lie. It was only open when she was having an event there and she invited the residents to come there to her event.
Anything for Tiffany here, let me just make this crystal clear to everybody. I pay for my own everything. My clothes, my hair, my makeup, my whatever. It comes from Tiffany Here's money, meaning me. I pay them directly.
And she said that the purchases from the beauty supply shop for wigs, they were not wigs for her, but for somebody else.
You're gonna make me laugh. That's untruth, and if that was so, she would have stated who she purchased it for and gave the receipts.
So anything else that's happening, I couldn't tell you nothing about, because I don't even rock like that. I just told you where I come from. So why do I have to pay any other type of way?
And none of the vehicles you purchased?
No, hell no.
Did you think that was a bad negotiation to pay $50K over asking for it?
I just think that people should tell the truth and stop lying on other people to get out of their situations. I'm not into that.
Another of the accusation was that you had the police shoot up a rival.
Shooters. This is comical. I told you it's too many rumors. Why would I do that?
These people have terrorized the residents, went to people's homes, they even came to my house.
There is no media allowed in the school.
We're gonna set it up so you can see her voting from, not behind, from the front. Okay?
How y'all doing today?
Good. What's going through your mind right now, Tiffany?
I'm excited. I can't wait till this evening's results come through. I am excited for the residents of Dalton.
Is there anything in hindsight that you would have done differently over these last 4 years?
Yeah, I would have told on the trustees sooner. I think that I was blindsided from the go. I came in 2021. And when I came in 2021, I was faced with a recall. So you never gave me the opportunity to continue to govern, and I want the opportunity to govern my town. I think the time is now.
If you don't win, what are you gonna do?
I might run for something bigger.
She's done. Okay.
Yep, thank you so much.
All right, so it was just a chaotic scene here at the voting booth, clamoring to media, sheriffs, citizens trying to vote, a push, a melee at the front, but the super mayor came in, placed her vote, and she's confident she's gonna be having a victory.
I'm excited. I'm excited. A lot of people are coming out. People see that we need change in Dalton, regardless of the videos and the receipts that's not receipts. People see that there's a cloud over Dalton and the sun is out today because it's gonna be a good day.
Do you think it's gonna be close?
Not even close, nowhere near, because these people here hate her.
Do the trustees get the paperwork from the CPA?
They do. They own bank accounts too that they're not supposed to be on.
Can you prove it?
Oh, it's already proved. It's on the internet. You saw it? You ain't see it?
No, I didn't see it.
You ain't see the checks get wrote?
What checks?
Oh, you ain't see the checks? Oh, you ain't been watching.
Which checks?
It's checks for stuff that they wrote.
Like
for
what?
Attorneys, for other things, stuff for other people.
If the trustees are stealing, why,
I didn't say they were stealing.
I think you just did.
No, I didn't.
You just said they're stealing, they're getting checks.
I said they on bank accounts.
So wouldn't that be stealing?
What you mean? Hold on one second.
Provide to him.
B.
And we're gonna see what it is tonight.
Is Tiffany having an election party?
Yeah, we are having a victory moment. That's what we're gonna call it. It's gonna be victory.
I pray that she be gone today because we need somebody who's gonna do right by the communities and the township, who's gonna be honest, who's gonna do the bookkeeping correctly, and who's gonna tell the residents what it really is out here.
We like to give a lot of attention to the national elections, but I think local elections matter just as much, if not more, because that's who makes the decisions on expenditures in your town. It is fascinating to see a local election in a town you probably never heard of get so big.
He runs the food pantry. We got GA.
Not Dr. Scott's food pantry.
Who?
No, I don't know who Dr. Scott is. Who's Dr. Scott?
She was a lady that was having a lot of trouble getting funding for her building.
Oh, the lady that had all the drywall exposed in the video and the building wasn't finished?
Yeah.
I know what you're talking about.
Oh, so you do know Dr. Scott. So the last time we were here, Tiffany was kind of shutting her down, but now it's absolutely cracking.
How did I see you guys walking up? Hey, how are you?
This is Dr. Scott. She runs a nonprofit food pantry called Free Indeed, a cool community concept in which residents get to pick out their food grocery store style. Last time we had met with her, she was in financial dire straits due to Team Tiffany preventing her from running her business by weaponizing the city licensing process. Here's what was new with her. Good to see you, Dr. Scott.
Good to see you too. Look at you.
I know, I had to wear my best adulting today.
A lot is going through my mind today. I am thinking about everything that has happened, and we have gotten to this point where we're praying that it'll be a change of power for the village of Dalton so that we can move forward. It's a grocery store, but everything is completely free. The community needs this. As you can see, the line is always around the corner, and it's fresh produce, meats and everything. We were able to relaunch our Mom 911 program because before we didn't have the repairs done, but now we're able to give out Pampers and wipes and different things, and it's all free. It's all free. If you remember the last time that you guys were here, we had just flooded. We needed repairs to be done, and this room was not even done. But here, this is our health and nutrition space, and so we use this space to have health workshops about high blood pressure.
This is so good for the community. Why would someone block it?
I have no idea.
Do you believe she blocked Dr. Scott from functioning within her nonprofit?
Without a shadow of a doubt. And we went and talked with Dr. Scott, and I just felt so bad for her because she had purchased this building, and I think she spent like $600,000 or $700,000, and her program was fantastic. And this lady was blocking her with permits. She was blocking her with inspections. And not only that, the inspectors, the code enforcers were not certified to do any type of inspections at all.
This area here, when we purchased the property, the idea was to open up, a thrift store, to give people access to quality items. We have not been able to do that.
How long has this been sitting vacant for?
July.
And you still have to pay property taxes.
Yes.
You still have to pay rent. You still have to pay overhead, insurance, all of that.
I still have mortgage. I still have insurance. I do partner with other organizations that give me volunteers, but I do have a small team that we have to pay payroll because we still function. We still try to serve the community by having the grocery store available.
Last time I felt like you had a little bit of a weary spirit, but right now you're full of energy and vibrancy.
Yeah.
What's the change?
Well, the change is that we're able to help the community more. Thanks to you guys, that video went viral and people did donate, and we were able to maintain. And so I'm excited.
Well, folks, I think this deserves a good sequel. So we're gonna have a part 2 to this fundraiser. I'm gonna put $1,000 down, and you, the people back home, and we raised $40,000, over $40,000 last time as a community crowdfunding for something good. And you see the mission, how it's expanded, and I think if we can add to that, it's beautiful. So that GoFundMe link will be in the pinned comments. Donate whatever speaks to you, from $5 to $1 million, if you got it. I had been calling Tiffany all election day to meet with her, and she proved to be a slippery character. Luckily, locals told me where she was, and I rolled up on her because I was dying to confront her about a couple of lies she had told me to my face. Here's what happened. How's it going out there?
What's up? It's going great. It's doing good, actually.
Yeah? What's standing out to you about today so far?
What's standing out is that the people loving on me, supporting me, coming out, and basically praying for me. So I love that part.
There's something I gotta ask you about. Last time I talked to you, I asked you about the Tahoes. What did you tell me?
From Vegas to Chicago, I rode around in Tahoe.
Tiffany showed me a sneak peek of a song she was dropping, and in that song I heard the lines, "From Vegas to Chicago, riding around in Tahoes," after she had just told me she had nothing to do with the Tahoes. So I had to see what the hell was going on. So just to tell the people what's going on, you're about to debut. Is this a sneak peek at a song?
Oh yeah, definitely. People to feed my people. From Vegas to Chicago, rode around in Tahoe. 17 cities.
She's right about it.
Yeah.
Where are the Tahoes? Where are the Tahoes? Do you have a song about any of the steakhouses or flights? But you said Keith Freeman bought them, right?
We went over that, but today is about my election. Today I want to talk about my election.
But what the hell is this?
I want to talk about my election.
What is this?
What is that?
That's your signature, dude.
That someone used, and I told you that.
So someone forged your signature.
They did. The board knows about that, so why don't you ask them about it?
If you look at me in my face and tell me something, and then someone's like, hey, she lied to you, look at the thing.
I didn't lie to you. I didn't lie. I did not sign that.
So Keith Freeman forged your signature?
Yes.
To see if it's possible if Keith Freeman forged Tiffany's signature, let's compare this signature with other Tiffany signatures that we have. And we have many of them. Here, here, and here. So it's either Tiffany is adding yet another lie to the pile, or Keith Freeman is the best forger that Dalton's ever seen.
If this isn't substance, it's on paper.
Hold on. Let's talk about the trustees stealing $100,000. And they gave to their lawyer just, what, February 11th or the 13th.
How'd they steal it?
They wired the money to him. They're not on bank accounts. How are they doing it? Let's talk about Jason House giving the lawyer $108,000 that he signed on a check and he's not on the bank account. That's the real stuff. I put up receipts. Y'all don't talk about that. Y'all talk
Where
about
are your receipts?
Online.
Where?
Online.
Well, we looked for them and we found her YouTube channel, Tiff Speaks the Truth. She says she's being open and transparent, but something odd is happening. 1, there are no real receipts. 2, the comments are turned off, which is odd for someone trying to be transparent. But 3, we did notice a sick preview to her music video, To Feed the People. Check this out.
Starving the boy, I'm feeding the people.
Pretty cool, right? But no receipts. So the search for Tiffany's truth continues.
The wigs, the hairdresser, that was your hairdresser that bought the wigs, not Keith Freeman.
See the stuff you're talking about. What else you got?
I went and looked back at the receipts.
What else? What else?
Folks, Tiffany's own personal stylist bought these wigs for her after she got elected. This is footage of them together. And here are pictures from the mannequins of the store in which the wigs were bought and Tiffany wearing them on her head. How much more blatant of a lie can you make? And my question is this, Tiffany, if you're assigned this money and there's nothing wrong about this, why hide it? Why not just own it and say, yeah, those are my wigs? But it's just another example of the pathological manner in which Tiffany lies and operates.
But you moved past, it's literally on paper.
Let's talk about some of the stuff that I put out that y'all not talking about.
Okay.
Such as the money that I just spoke of. You gonna mention that? What about the money that we do have? We got $2.4 million in an MFT fund. Why? But we broke, right? So how money coming up missing to pay your lawyer, but you're not taking care of the residents. You're not doing the sidewalks, the streets, the alleys. Well, we got $2.4 million to do them at. This is what we're supposed to do, but we're not doing it. And when I say we, not me, the board of trustees, because they control the purse.
Like everyone's just targeting you. You're the best mayor that's ever happened. People are just targeting you for no reason or no.
Yes. Yes, it's a civil corruption charge.
She said just a couple minutes ago that Keith Freeman forged her signature.
Tiffany is a compulsive liar.
Her next thing, she said that the purchases from the beauty supply shop for wigs, they were not wigs for her, but for somebody else.
If that was so, she would have stated who she purchased it for and gave the receipts. But I do know that her hairstylist was on Dalton payroll.
Her signature, is that the Tahoe lease?
Yes.
I'm sorry.
I'm just amazed that a human being can lie like that.
I'm sorry, but she really said that's not her signature.
It is f***ing right here.
Oh my God.
The culture of her campaign seems untrustworthy in the way they conduct themselves. If you're speaking the truth, you say it with your chest. You say it with your arms open. You're ready to be vindicated. You're ready to share your story. Her campaign workers looked like they were paid cigarettes to show up. Like, what is... So this is the campaign office for Jason House. Hey, how are you guys?
Looking good.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yes.
So I just had a little face-off with Tiffany.
Uh-oh. Did you?
Yeah, so I asked her about the Tahoes again. She lied about the Tahoes again, and I took out the receipt with her signature. And she said she said Keith Freeman forged the signature. So to me, I'm not used to dealing with people that can look you straight in the eyes and lie like that.
Right.
So it's unsettling to me to deal with a person like that.
We knew we needed to do something when she won the election.
The Henyard camp has not invited us all day to anything. We just have popped up and seen her. But I'm interested to see, we have 30 minutes before the polling closes and her future is decided. And we're pulling up just by the ice rink to see if we can get eyes on her campaign. It's about 2 minutes from her rivals, so we're making a little spy mission to see what happens.
Both candidates said that they were going to win the election by a landslide, and both of them were hosting election parties. So I put a cameraman in each camp, and this was the difference between Camp House and Camp Henyard.
What's on your mind right now?
88%. That never happens in a primary election.
What's on my mind right now is the future of Dalton. People have been wanting this from maybe about 3.5 years.
So everybody to come together and do this because it seemed like it was impossible.
After it was clear she was gonna get crushed, I learned that Tiffany was gonna no-show her election party, so I decided to tell the people gathered there the news.
We got word that Tiffany isn't really showing up today, folks. So I think this might be it. It's been a good run for Dalton, but I think it's come to an end. It's been a landslide victory in the House faction. It's a packed parking lot, and that's kind of the opposite of this vibe. So peace, have a good day. I guess this thing is falling flat, and to me what it goes to show is that the truth matters. Representing your people well matters. And when you don't do it, the people have something to say about it. And so we were living in two different worlds. And we found out today which one the people want. All right, we just left Tiffany's no-show.
I wasn't over there, Tommy G.
No-show, and 4 people were there.
Oh, obviously, it's gonna be that.
Were you surprised at all by the results?
No.
We celebrate not just a victory at the polls, but a victory for truth, integrity, and for the will of the people. Amen. Jason House and the Clean House slate has ushered a new era, one built on transparency, accountability, and deep love for their community. This win belongs to every resident who refused to be silent, every voter who chose progress over corruption. We will heal, we will rise, and we will win, because we've been through it all. Today, we take our town back.
How's everybody feeling tonight? It's amazing, amazing, and everybody give yourselves a round of applause. The community spoke loud and clear tonight. 4 years of intimidation, 4 years of failure, and tonight is the new day for the community of Dalton.
In a landslide victory, Jason House took the stage to thank Dalton residents and assure them that an age of transparency and progress was ahead of them. And with his crowd going wild, it was clear that the town of Dalton was excited to turn over a new leaf.
That's a wrap on the night. It was a win by a landslide, and I think what we can pull out of it is this. One, if you do the wrong thing, people are going to speak out. We have the power with our votes to send a message. We are looking for transparency in our leaders. If you are a public servant, you should not be balling. You should not be making yourself rich off the taxpayer dollar. You should be working for the people to make your city a better place. And that's what the people voted for today. That's the hope for Dalton. So I'm wishing them the best in the next 4 years. And I think we have a lot to learn from the story of Tiffany Henyard. You can rise and you can fall. And if you lie to people's faces and you're a terrible leader, this is what happens. Sir, can you explain to us a little bit?
I wanna, you guys step over there on public property.
The goons have come out. Tommy G, they call me. Milwaukee representative. Hello folks, I'm Tommy G. Today we're looking into the most corrupt mayor in America, allegedly. mayor, is she a hero or a villain? We're in a town with potentially one of the most corrupt mayors in America. We're still looking, but this is just for videotaping. Look how many police they brought out here. Are you gonna get in your vehicle? I'll get in mine, you get in yours?
One day while scrolling through TikTok, I was assaulted by a barrage of videos covering Dolton, Illinois Mayor Tiffany Henyard. She refers to herself as the super mayor as well as the most powerful woman in Chicago's South Side. But does she use her power for good? People on the internet and in her own community have been calling her the most corrupt mayor in America, and here are some of the things she's been accused of. Stripping business licenses away from people that don't contribute to her charity, pay-for-play kickbacks and bribes, taking lavish first-class trips on the taxpayer dime, making the city pay for her own personal ice skating rink, using the taxpayer money as a marketing budget for self-promotion for things like 122 billboards with her face on it, and using tens of thousands of taxpayer money dollars per month to hire a PR firm that's designed to clean up her image. And I'll give her this, her image is tough to clean up. Here's some more reasons why. She double dips as both the mayor of Dolton and the Village of Thornton Township supervisor, and she's made it so that if she's not re-elected as supervisor, the incoming person would receive a 90% pay cut. She's racked up credit card debt like she's trying to set a record, and she tells the residents things like better have my money and compares herself to Martin Luther King. And that's just the tip of the iceberg. It's alleged that she rolls around like a crime boss. Some people claim that she's even gone as far as having the cars of people that oppose her shot up to intimidate them. She rolls around in a convoy of extensive private security, of course on the taxpayer dollar, and it's said that she has the police force in her pocket partly due to the outrageous amounts of overtime she allows her officers to be paid. Again, on the taxpayer dollar. I hope you're noticing the theme here. Unfortunately for Tiffany and her police chief lapdog, Officer Lewis Lacey, I have in my possession receipts, disciplinary forms, documents, and insider information that we will be diving into in great detail today. Folks, this channel does not stand for bullies, and by the end of my expose, I'm sure you'll draw the conclusion that Tiffany, Officer Lacey, and their cronies are not only bullies of the worst kind, but an absolute disgrace to the title of public servant. The FBI is currently investigating her, so I hope she gets to see this video, but I'm not sure what the Wi-Fi situation is in Cook County Jail. Let's begin the episode.
First day out and back to work like shit ain't nothing happened. Was gone 190 some days, but shit I'm back in action. Pull on this block and put my gloves on just like Michael Jackson.
Hopefully, folks, if you're watching this right now, you have the privilege of living in a democracy. And if you live in a democracy, that means that you've elected people that should represent you and have your best interest at heart. Right now in the United States, we have a crisis with our politicians. There's an awful lot of people that are abusing their positions of power to enrich themselves and to you, the citizen. You can look at the national level where we have people like Tommy Tuberville, Nancy Pelosi, U.S. senators and congresspeople that, while being full-time politicians, are also somehow the best stock traders we've ever seen. They're outperforming Wall Street. Today, folks, we look at it at a local level. We're looking at the most corrupt mayor in America. And I have to say allegedly, because this mayor, Tiffany Henyard, she likes using the legal system, people that don't agree with her or speak out against her. She has a lot of cases that have been filed.
Y'all should be ashamed of y'allself. Y'all black. And y'all sitting up here beating and attacking on a black woman.
I want to avoid being dragged into court by her. So I'm gonna say this is all alleged. This is all my opinion. And we'll let the FBI, who's also in town right now, determine the facts of the case. We're speaking to a lot of people, angry, upset, and ready to speak out against this mayor for all the egregious things she's allegedly done. So folks, let's pull up, let's hit the streets, and let's dive into this story.
Let go of the purse, but I could be without it. Couldn't think, couldn't even eat, couldn't even sleep without it. They locked my dog up for an M and I don't wanna speak about it.
Mayor Tiffany, hero or villain?
She's a villain. She really don't be doing nothing for us. She tried to make a big show, big act, but she's not doing stuff that really needs to be done.
We heard that the FBI is in town looking into her.
They are.
What is she allegedly guilty of, do you think?
Stealing that money. Because you know her family work with her. Most likely she's stealing money and giving it to her family and using it for herself instead of giving it to the people that actually need it. And she be having her names all on the trucks and stuff. Like, it be everywhere.
Bills obtained by Fox 32 under open records laws shows Thornton Township paid more than $10,000 for the vinyl signs themselves.
If you could speak with her directly, anything you would say to Tiffany?
Do better.
Did you know the mayor, Tiffany?
Yeah.
Hero or villain?
Villain! He's a gangster.
Pulling up to the administration building where we're meeting trustees, people that are our public servants and want to speak out against her. Let's see who we have gathered. So Mayor Tiffany, hero or villain?
From what I know, villain. The security guards is getting like 300 hours on their checks and stuff.
The officers are paid every 2 weeks, which without overtime is 80 hours. But when they're put on Henyard's detail, that 80 hours balloons to well over 100 hours, sometimes 200 hours. And in the case of Officer Terry Young last May, 303 hours worked over a 2-week period. That resulted in a single paycheck of more than $13,000.
How does a person put in a 2-week pay period, 303 hours? That's impossible.
How are you securing somebody in your sleep? How are you getting 300 hours so you know that she's pulling money from somewhere? I don't know where. She's not pulling it out her butt, so clearly we know it's from something.
I'm rocking some new attire, okay? RIP mainstream media. They've tried attacking me, this channel, because we stand for truth and actually talking to people. So if you want to join the resistance, join the movement, link is in the description. And I'm actually going to FaceTime 3 people that buy it in the next 48 hours. I'm picking 3 of you to FaceTime, talk to you, connect to you. So join the movement, link in description. What do you expect of a mayor when you elect them? What kind of behavior do you expect?
Leadership, inclusiveness.
What is a trustee?
The governing bodies. We maintain the finances, amend, and make laws for the community.
Now, if she does indeed go to prison for this, will you be putting any money on her commissary?
No, she's using the police as her scapegoat to intimidate, retaliate. People speak against her. They're giving people tickets. It's just a lot of stuff.
The police are in her pocket?
Yes.
Are they on her payroll or what?
Police are payroll.
Do you think she's a hero or a villain?
A villain. She is spending all the Village of Dalton tax dollars and Thornton Township, which is part of the Village of Dalton.
This is Valeria Stubbs, a vocal critic of the mayor who believes her home was shot up at the request of the mayor, stemming from a bitter feud they had last summer. Asked if she believed that Henyard was behind the shooting, Stubbs did not hesitate. Absolutely, she told the New York Post.
We have some of the highest taxes, property taxes in the Southland, and because we have a food desert out here, lack of businesses, we need all the tax dollars that we can get. She created Greenwood Falls ice skating rink that is never open, that does not generate any revenue whatsoever.
It's your mayor, Tiffany A. Henyard, the people's mayor. We're finally in the second phase of Greenwood Falls. And remember, we do this for you residents because we care. You come first.
I saw a video where she was in the ice rink having a party.
Only when she's having something is the ice skating rink open.
So she basically has a personal ice rink that she's funded through taxpayer dollars and gets to use for her own parties.
Yes. When she went to a board meeting and dressed as Nino Brown, said that the residents blink better have her money.
What's being referred to right now is the town hall meeting when Mayor Tiffany walked in dressed as Nino Brown from the movie New Jack City, with the Rihanna song playing in the background, better have my money, as a message to her residents.
Every single resident. Pay me what you owe me.
What she fails to realize is that that is not her money, that is the taxpayer money. But this is much bigger than Mayor Tiffany. This is a larger trend around the country of public servants and institutions showing that they have no regard where our money goes or how they piss it away. For example, the Department of Defense has failed their audit the last 10 years in a row and are unable to account for up to $3.1 trillion worth of assets. They are accountable to us. We fund them. So my question to them is, where is our money? And they need to answer that.
There's 2 sides of this. There's the township and the village, and she kind of double dips. She's the mayor of the...
She's the mayor of the village.
She's the mayor of the village, and she's also a supervisor
for the Thornton Township.
And combined, her income from this job is...
I say over $300,000 a year because she get perks too.
But she would make it that if the next person that gets elected would get $25,000, right? So that's a kind of way to ice out the competition.
She was appointed to that position, not elected. If she was elected to that position, that salary would go down, and I believe it was approximately $50,000.
The FBI is in town. Do you think Tiffany knows she's cooked, or do you think she thinks she's innocent, or what do you think?
I really don't think that she thinks she's going to jail. I'm also a former Cook County Sheriff for the Department of Corrections, and I suggest that she go and take a tour of that facility so she can see what's in store for her.
Mayor Tiffany, hero or villain?
Villain.
How is Tiffany doing with taxpayer money?
I don't have enough information, and that kind of goes to the root of the problem. There isn't much transparency. There isn't much back and forth as far as, hey, hey, this is what we're doing, this is why we're doing it, things of that nature. But then it also goes into different things like types of accommodations and things, and I know a lot of people have heard things about that as far as like, you know,
you don't need to be in the Bellagio
exactly.
penthouse.
If you're going to get the stipend, then you use it for your meals, you use it for your transportation, things like that. You don't go then and put everything on, say, the township credit card.
They say if you want to find the truth, the best way to do it is to follow the money. So we obtained the Thornton Township credit card statements through a Freedom of Information Act request and got to digging. When we looked through these, we noticed that Tiffany herself does not have a credit card. However, another one of her lapdogs, Thornton Township and Village of Dalton Administrator Keith Freeman, has made some awfully sus purchases in the last year. Take, for example, a round-trip flight from Chicago to DC. Despite an economy ticket running about $200, Tiffany and Keith booked flights on the Thornton taxpayer dollar for $1,265 each. That's first class, folks. Another set of transactions is the Bliss Beauty, a local hair salon. $565 on January 16th, $1,225 on February 3rd, and $1,735 on February 19th of 2023. Now, my question for Keith and his purchase of $5,400 on beauty supplies is, are these wigs for you? And if that case, slay queen, or are you secretly buying wigs for Mayor Tiffany and running up the taxpayer dollar for her? Next, let's talk dining. Mayor Tiffany and her comrades love spending money on extravagant meals, like $427 at Theo's Steak and Seafood and $426 at Hamada of Japan are just the tip of the iceberg. In fact, in the first 2 billing periods of 2023, Keith Freeman spent $5,900 towards meals on the Thornton Township card. Which begs the question, folks, is this illegal or merely unethical? Because to me, a public servant should not be balling out on the taxpayer dime. The question of legality is not for me to decide. I'll let the FBI handle that one.
Let's just say Tiffany watches this video and you could say a message directly to her. What would you want to say?
Just resign. Just leave. Let me do my job.
If you're gonna be a public servant, you better act like it or get the hell out. I'll see you in jail.
I would like for you to repent for the sins that you have done or go to jail.
We've gone through all this where there's no transparency, seeing where money's been misspent, unfortunately. It's beyond something I think that could be repaired and fixed at this time. It's time to go.
Pulling up to a strip mall to talk to a business owner, Dr. Scott, that has been screwed by the mayor. Let's see what she has to say.
Next, we meet Dr. Scott, who recently bought a strip mall in Dalton. She's trying to bring much needed services to the community, like a free food bank that functions like a grocery shop, but she's struggling against Mayor Tiffany's attempts to drown her out. Everyone I asked about Dr. Scott says she's like a saint and can't believe this is happening to her. Let's meet her and hear her story.
Pleased to meet you.
Nice to meet you too. We're a nonprofit organization. We acquired this entire strip mall to bring additional programs and services to not just Dalton, but the Southland of Cook County. The shelves aren't full now, but by tomorrow we will have all the shelves full, and the numbers indicate how much of each item they can have. This area here, when we purchased the property, the idea was to open up, a thrift store to give people access to quality items. We have not been able to do that.
How long has this been sitting vacant for?
July.
And you still have to pay property taxes.
Yes.
You still have to pay rent. You still have to pay overhead, insurance, all of that.
I still have mortgage. I still have insurance. I do partner with other organizations that give me volunteers, but I do have a small team that we have to pay payroll because we still function. We still try to serve the community by having the grocery store available.
If this isn't able to be funded, whose pocket does it come out of right now?
Mine.
Cities can have layers of bureaucracy that keep you from running your business and making money. And the longer that they keep this vacant, the longer that you have to foot the bill, and the longer that they cost their own people. This in particular makes me mad because when you see someone actually willing to take a risk like she is, and they're preventing her from doing it, it's not a good thing.
All of this space is to expand the grocery store. Right now, it's just being used as storage. Now, this room here is when we're able to do a pop-up fundraiser. We have things that have been donated to us that we sell to the community. All the clothes and things you see are $1, shoes are $2.
Wow.
I received a letter from the village telling me that I needed to have these 6 things in order for them to even begin to think about giving me permits. And that package was architectural drawings, which I've already submitted to the village, but they want to have a state certification stamp on those drawings, and just a number of different things that they were asking for as though I were building a building. I'm trying to do simple renovations to get us back up and running.
Flooring,
and
paint, lights.
they're requiring us to do a number of things that someone who is building a structure would need to do. For the type of work I'm trying to do, it doesn't require everything that they were listing. They wanted to come in and do a occupancy inspection. I didn't request the occupancy inspection, and so I said, no, you cannot do it.
Because what they were trying to do is come in and write you up for everything.
Absolutely, to shut me down. When we were closed down for 2 weeks because we had flooded, there was a mother who drove up with 3 kids in the car asking if we were open because she didn't know how she was gonna feed her kids. That is what matters to me.
If you could say a direct message to Tiffany, what would you say right now?
It's really unfortunate that you sit in a seat of, yes, power. In my eyes, you did not do the right thing. I have no idea why you chose to stop something that could benefit the community that you love. You know, you grew here. Everybody else flew here. But I said to you when I met with you to see my heart and know that I want to help the community.
One way we fight corruption is with our vote, another way is with our dollar. I'm gonna donate $500 of my own money to this cause to keep this food pantry open and running so that the city can't squash her out of business, so she can help the people. I started the Rally Around Dr. Scott GoFundMe. I put $500 of my own dollars in. Let's flood this lady with money. Let's see what we can do as a YouTube community. And this is also a way to stand against Mayor Tiffany. Link is in my description. Let's blow her up. Thank you guys. Let's blow it up. Let's fund this, and let's give a big giant you to the Mayor Tiffany. If you try to approach her township, her fortress, what happens?
The police gonna come and
I'm up for the challenge. Let's head over to her township and see if we can speak to her or people that might know more about this story.
Good luck to you.
Yeah, good luck on that.
If you need borrowing money, just call me.
Hello there. Yeah, as you can tell, some of the city officials don't want to talk about what's been going on, but
let's talk about the motorcade that Tiffany uses to roll around town like she's some sort of crime boss. We did some digging and we found the receipt from the car dealership that Tiffany leased these Tahoes from. On just one of these Tahoes, with a retail price of $93,000, Tiffany overpaid by nearly $56,000. I don't know if she's the worst negotiator on the planet or if there's something fishy going on here, but this is a shining example of how Tiffany has failed the hardworking taxpayers of Dalton. It's purchases like this that has led the town to be millions of dollars in the deficit.
We're probably not going to be able to talk to many of these people because they know that they're guilty, allegedly, but let's go into the township and see what we can find. I love bringing justice to a city. Is Mayor Tiffany, would you say, a hero or villain?
Hero, of course.
Why is that?
Everything she's promised, she's done. You get the garbage picked up properly. There are a lot of improvements. Like
nice.
She has an amusement park for the kids on Greenwood Avenue.
Are you a citizen? Are you an employee of the city?
I'm a citizen. Yeah, I've lived here for almost 32 years.
Because we talked to some people who are really upset about some of her spending. She's buying $150,000 vehicles, the fact that she's bought an ice rink basically for herself. The naysayers are saying some really damning things about her. What do you think about that?
There's this drumbeat to try to remove her. I don't know if it's because of her youth or what it is.
So would you say financially she's spending the taxpayer money appropriately?
I think so.
Why do you think the FBI is in town right now?
There's a lot of hubbub and a lot of stuff going around, people talking, and me personally, as a citizen of the city, I haven't seen anything overt.
We just talked to business owners across the street in that strip mall that are not getting permitted and licensed to open up things that will help the community. A lot of these people are saying because they don't donate directly to her campaign, you get stripped of your business license or you're not granted a business license.
Oh, that's interesting. I've never heard of that. If there's such a thing going on, I'm against that for sure. I'm hearing a lot of allegations, but I have not seen anything concrete.
Hello, sir.
Hey, good. How you guys doing?
Oh, good. We're just doing a story. We've heard controversy about the mayor, and we're here to see if she's a hero or a villain. What is your take, sir?
No, I don't have a take. I'm saying, what are you here for? You're just taking.
We're running a video right now.
But you got to get permission to do that.
In a public area, sir?
Yeah.
I don't believe so. This is a public area, huh?
Okay.
Which means you get to film in public. There she is, right there. Oh, is this a public area?
Yeah, but we don't. You have to get permission to take pictures of people here. You cannot be in here.
Wait, isn't this a public area though?
You can't be with the cameras. Come on out.
gentlemen.
Wait, this is a public area.
Come on out, gentlemen.
Can you ask that
Sir,
question?
step out, please.
Is this a public area?
Sir, please step out.
I don't think this is legal.
Sir.
That's a police officer saying that. Sir, can you explain to us a little bit?
I will not.
The man you see here is Deputy Chief Lacey. While you might look at him and think he's a Walmart version of Detroit urban survival, he actually is a man with a disciplinary report thicker than the Bible. He currently has 3 active lawsuits against him. All 3 of them allege violations of the Constitution for the acts he is committing. Let me share some of his past actions with you so you can get a picture of the man he is. Let's start with his petty incidents. One of his reports details him threatening the water company over a $300 bill he didn't want to pay. He's also known for trying not to pay tolls when he drives through them. But things get more serious. Many residents have banded together to note his excessive use of force and his use of the taser. In a 2012 incident, he was sued for 4th Amendment constitutional violations due to excessive force. Lacey lost this case and the judge ordered payment of $12,000 for the incident. In the summer of 2021, 19-year-old Alexis Wilson was shot 7 times and killed by Dolton police. Her mom emailed us twice, pleading with us to expose Officer Lacey. Activists Carlos West and Rabbi Michael McLeenan protested this killing 7 days later, exercising their constitutional right to free speech. However, their rights were violated by Officer Lacey once again when he ordered their arrest without due cause. They filed a lawsuit, and on March 4th, both of these men were awarded $50,000 in settlements. This is one of Mayor Tiffany's lead lapdogs that she uses to control the town through his goonish actions. Another case he was involved in resulted in the largest settlement in Cook County history, $33.5 million.
You guys step over there on public property.
This is not public property.
Okay.
Where is the public
Sir,
property?
have a good day.
Can you not answer my question, sir?
Do you have ID? In Illinois, you have to have ID. Do you have ID? May I see it, please?
What is the thing you suspect us of doing?
In a minute, I'm asking you.
This is a public taxpayer area that we're now being
Step over here, sir.
hassled.
Step over here.
The goons have come out.
Okay. Here we. Oh,
this is quite a response for people doing the story.
Keep walking, sir.
How many police vehicles are coming for this?
What exactly are you guys trying to accomplish on this?
The mayor. Is she a hero or a villain?
No.
This is part of the convoy too, guys. The taxpayer sponsored Tahoe's right there. At $150K for a vehicle. Oh wow. That's
Run me over with Wisconsin plate when you're ready.
I can tell you, sir, I'm not riding dirty in the slightest, so there's nothing you'll. How are you doing?
Sir, can you do me a favor?
Sure.
Can you have your guys sit in the car, please?
What? No.
You sure?
Do you want us to do something off camera? I'm surrounded by 6 people. I'm not going to about to do that.
Step back real quick.
Can you please tell me why you refuse to say what the public area is that you want me to go to? Tommy G, they call me. Milwaukee representative.
Everybody cams on?
In Milwaukee, you can literally steal a car and rob a bank and not this many cops show up. So once I come up clean, then what?
Who else got ID?
Coming back.
Hey,
State of Illinois, you're supposed to have ID.
go get your ID.
For what?
Come back. Hey, go get your ID. Unlock the car so you can get his ID.
It's not a request.
Oh, it's not a request.
Not at all.
You know you're lying, right? In Illinois.
For what?
Get it right. I know who you are. Got your information. Get it right.
That sounds like a threat.
Coming back. Valid.
Hey, dude, nice job. You're valid, dude. Good for you.
I'm legal, so.
Okay, gentlemen, have a good day.
Are you gonna get in your vehicle? I'll get in mine. You get in yours.
Hey, go to your car. Have a good day.
What the f is going on, these motherfuckers?
I got into it. We should probably get before they like.
That's intimidation. This is why the trustees did not want us to come here. Jesus fucking Christ, dude. Is this something that someone that's innocent would be doing? Look, business. Shut down, and shut down. Mayor Tiffany, when you go to jail, there will be many people applauding it.
I think there's only 20 police officers or something like that in Dolton.
Holy shit! That's wow! Oh my God.
Oh yeah, that's Deputy Chief Lacey. He's the biggest jerk of all.
Officer Lacey, you want to handle this like a real man? I will pay you a week's salary. Any gym in Illinois or Wisconsin, I'll meet you there. Handle it like men. If I lose, I give it to you. If I win, I donate to charity. And I'm pretty sure you're gonna keep your little butt in the office. You're not gonna take up a real challenge. I don't with bullies. You try messing with the water bill company when they're trying to collect their bill from you. You try messing with the toll people. You have a long history, longer than a Harry Potter book, of you messing with the citizens of your city. Come here like a real man and sort it out, or you can stay your scared little butt in the office. You pick.
You're built like a fucking potato, all right?
I love
Funny.
I didn't even get to the part where
Is that
I tell
not a
you
public area?
that she's had me arrested.
What?
Yeah, for picking up her campaign literature off my windshield of my car.
You got cuffed?
Yes. 8 months of them continuing, the court hearing for the case to be dropped by the state's attorney's office for lack of evidence.
Was where we were public area?
Yes.
Inside and outside.
100%.
We were escorted out, made it seem like we were doing something illegal, taking our IDs, pressed. They wouldn't tell them that if we didn't give them our ID, they were gonna do something. He had threats to us. You've done the FOIA request. You have all the documents. What kind of stuff have you seen in those documents that catches your attention?
Things that stand out, obviously, are the travel. I mean, it's huge. About 2 trips a month, 3 to 6 days for every trip. I would say 95% of them are unrelated to the township. She went to Portland, Oregon for some conference called the Her Voice, like a women empower leading other women to God. Anybody who knows when you're using taxpayer funds, when you start putting religion into it, it's a touchy situation because you govern in the township 190,000 voters. Not all of them believe the same thing you do.
How is she living when she goes on these trips?
It's outside of her own pay scale. That's how she's living. She's not living a $300,000 a year life like she's making. She's living a $1 million life because she's keeping her money and spending ours. You get a $600 per day per diem. You don't turn in receipts for those.
Which is very generous per diem.
You shouldn't be swiping the credit card for anything, ma'am. Why do I see all of your meals on here? Why do I see your hotels on here?
What kind of hotels is she staying at? Is it fancy?
Yeah, Hyatt, Hilton's, Four Seasons.
Four Seasons?
Oh yeah, you name it. Just the best of everything for her. Flying first class to Las Vegas. Her and Keith Freeman. I know the news didn't say that. He put out her $3,700 flight for herself.
She bought a $3,700 flight to Las Vegas?
But Keith Freeman's flight was the same amount. Her and Carmen Carlisle had, $1,600 flight to Atlanta.
Where is she eating? What kind of places is she going to when she eats on the road?
Steakhouses, lobster, anything you could think of that would be high-end dining. For the most part, that's where they're eating. Now, that looked a little different in their little bike ride to Springfield for her non-for-profit. On those trips, they stayed at Hampton Inn. They're bike riding, and they have a full-on DJ being pulled on a trailer behind them. I mean, they're blocking off streets for this.
What else is outrageous that you've seen now that you're privy to the books?
The amount of money she's spending on her PR. That's probably running Thornton Township about $25,000 a month.
So taxpayers, they're not only paying for the front end of all the bad stuff she's spending money on, but they're paying for the PR cleanup on the back end as well.
Absolutely.
What would it take to just remove her from office?
She was recalled. The residents voted to remove her from office.
What was the percentage vote to recall her?
It was about 56%. We were at about 1,900 to remove her and about 1,300 said to leave her.
Her salary is $224,000, but if she doesn't get reelected, the person that takes over will get $25,000, and that's a way to deter people from running against her?
Mm-hmm. The previous supervisor was in his 9th term. Now you can see the $200,000 salary because he worked for it for 32 years.
Yeah.
She keeps his salary because the law for township municipalities says if you take over his term, you complete the term. Whereas in a regular municipality, like if a mayor passed away and the board appointed somebody, the next municipal election, that mayor would have to run. That seat would be up. But in the township, it doesn't work that way. You finish the entire term. My previous boss had passed away 8 months into his term, so she had a full 3 years to finish. So she gets to keep his pay. What would happen though if she ran in 2025 and she won? She would have went to a first term salary. The pay scale was changed dramatically because she made it that she keeps the salary she has now. Anybody else goes down to 25. There's no more salaries by term. She removed that.
Is there anything positive you can say about the mayor?
I will say she has some ideas that I think are great. The ice rink, it's beautiful. Visually, it looks nice. Had that been done right and had there been a plan in place, a plan for revenue, a plan, for long-term maintenance, a plan on how we were gonna bring people out to make sure that the cost was covered at minimum. This could have been good things for the community. Because of the choice to always do things in a me manner, it never feels like it's for the community. All of the qualities that we see now that are like these big beast qualities, those were all there when she was just little Tiffany Henyard that was a trustee here in Dalton. They just magnified with the money and the power.
I got let go from the township. I was the maintenance manager for 20 years. I was getting ready to retire. I went on vacation. When I came back off vacation, I was locked out of my office. Was told that I had to see Keith Freeman for my keys. I sat up at the township 3 days in the lobby, getting paid, waiting for my keys. And on the 4th day, I said, forget it. I just took 2 sick days. Then that Friday, I got a termination letter saying I was terminated.
And so your benefits from retiring, or did you not have access to that?
No, she didn't mess with that at all.
We got harassed by by Officer Lacey. What can you say about him?
He's one of the mayor's lynchmen. He just got appointed that spot when the other police chief resigned.
Is there anything in the books that reflect that police officers are getting kickbacks from the mayor?
Oh, they're overtime. It averages about 100 hours a pay period for her security. The one he had 303 hours on one bi-weekly pay period.
Most of that at an overtime rate.
Yep.
A $13,000 check.
Absolutely.
And that's a cop or security guard?
That was her security guard.
Folks, this channel does not stand for bullying, so I'm happy to put out this piece about Tiffany and Officer Lacey. I hope that town gets cleaned up soon.
Do you really believe that human beings are demons?
No, I do not. And don't you ever say I did.
No one's ever seen this. This is his original presentation to raise money from the 70s.
I think he started with good intentions, but I think power and money went to his head.
We're at a gate here.
Oh, boy!
Kenneth Copeland is one of the darkest individuals I've ever come across.
Off the property now.
Where's that badge, just by the way?
Off the property.
You
want to see this? Off the property. Whoa, dude, you're being flash your gun?
In that magnificent name, the name of Jesus, amen.
Kenneth Copeland. You might recognize him for his interview on Inside Edition.
Do you really believe that human beings are demons?
No, I do not. And don't you ever say I did.
He's the guy that claimed to defeat COVID-19.
COVID-19! COVID-19!
He speaks in tongues. And he claims he will live to 120.
I will live and preach this gospel till I'm 120 years old.
And he's not joking. And would you know, folks, that Kenneth Copeland is America's richest pastor, with estimates of his net worth ranging wildly from $300 million to nearly $1 billion. And today, we're diving into a series of disturbing allegations concerning Copeland and his church, Eagle Mountain Ministries. Allegations like that he allegedly used church donations to build a private oil empire that rakes in millions. That he promised his donors a Christian retirement community, but instead, all that money allegedly went to things like this. So we flew to Dallas, Texas to infiltrate Kenneth Copeland's empire and expose the truth about his ministries. We teamed up with Nate of the Religion Business, who has dedicated the last few years of his life to exposing people like Kenneth. From standoffs on his private tarmac to uncovering his private hunting grounds, we show you the side of Kenneth Copeland that he has spent his entire life trying to conceal. It's 7:30 right now, it's Sunday morning in Dallas, Texas. In about 3 minutes, we have a guy named Nate pulling up who's part of something called the Religion Business. He has made it his job to bust out the nonsense that's happening in nonprofits and churches around the country and even the world. Nate suspects that Kenneth Copeland is actually a fraudster, allegedly, and that this is a man that we need to investigate, look into, and make sure we understand what is happening with all the money flowing through his church, all the broken promises, and how is a pastor worth nearly $1 billion?
What is up, brother? Good to meet you too, man. How are you doing?
I'm doing good.
I've got a really big 30 by like 40-inch map of his property, so we'll block it out. I think scoped out. Oh yeah, we have this place down to the roads. I am Nathan Apfel, TV and film director, and my mission is to bring accountability into the religious institutions here in America and the world. I was raised a Christian, like raised in the megachurch scene, and I realized this whole system is a house of cards and it needs to be taken apart and be rebuilt.
Kenneth Copeland is one of the darkest individuals I've ever come across.
Justin Peters is a world-renowned preacher who uses a deep understanding of biblical scripture to expose the lies of prosperity gospel leaders like Kenneth Copeland. There is perhaps no Christian better suited to be an expert witness on the teachings of Copeland than him.
I honestly believe that Kenneth Copeland is demon-possessed.
I think he started with good intentions, but I think power and money and the ease in which people are manipulated went to his head.
This is Sarah. She worked for the Copelands for years, and after she could no longer take it, she chose to leave the church, even though she knew this would mean being cut off from her parents who to this day still work there.
We were not allowed to talk to him or approach him in any way. He would come in with like fully armed security guards, which is a little weird when you're going into your own business.
We've been looking at Kenneth Copeland for several decades.
This is Pete and Barry. They are private investigators who have spent decades looking into Kenneth Copeland, and I was shocked by some of the things they had dug up about Kenneth.
When my boss, Ole Anthony, sat down at breakfast with him in the 1970s, Kenneth Copeland ordered pancakes. He handed them back to the waitress and said, "God doesn't want me to eat cold pancakes." And everybody thought he was joking, and they looked at him and everybody looked back and forth. He was serious. He was dead serious.
Kenneth Copeland has been raising money since the late 70s for the revival capital of the world, which is this. This is his sanctuary. So for 44 years, no one's ever seen this. This is his original presentation to raise money from the 70s. He used to mail this to people, to millions of people in the US, and ask for money.
There was never any real plan or any real push to have any of that done.
This is Melissa, another former Copeland ministry employee, and she spent 6 years with the church doing things like admin work, marketing, and ministerial relations.
Kenneth Copeland planned to build 6 things on this property. A ministry facility, which is the church building, the headquarters, his Kenneth Copeland and Eagle Mountain Church's headquarters, a resort hotel, paying members to use, the Kingdom Park, a beautiful park to use, his radio and TV center, and Wisdom Heights, which is a retirement community. So you give to me, and you will be able to live in our retirement community, and all the while, you'll get to come and watch broadcast TVs, our recordings, you'll get to live and enjoy the revival capital of the world.
Part of the revival capital of the world was actually finished, but most of it was not.
How are we going to penetrate this operation?
Main roads here. There's a railroad crossing here. We're going to come in. This is the main highway right here. This is the gate. There's sometimes a police officer stationed here, but the gate's open because there's going to be a couple hundred people pouring through here.
Do they have this police paid off? Like, are they paying this guy to watch?
They do have private security for the whole property. So we're going to come right through here. These are all the parking lots for the church. You're going to walk into the building. So there's a gate right here. So this is the private road. It's a dirt road that runs all the way here.
Okay.
All the way here, around here, and we can either jet down through the tarmac and come around to his house, or we could take this back road and kind of walk through here. But I say we just stick to the
tarmac, dude.
The tarmac it is.
We fly down here, catch that, boom,
yeah,
get to his house. Before I went to Copeland's church, I first wanted to donate to him so I could be a paid member and feel like I had a right to be in the places I would be investigating. And as soon as I did donate, he began to send me a barrage of emails. In his very first message, he offered to heal my body, eliminate my debt, and restore broken relationships. What a nice guy. The Copeland sent many emails, and one theme that kept popping up was donations. They used Bible verses to encourage giving with phrases like sow the seed, which really means send them money, and receive your anointing, which is allegedly what happens when God notices that you've donated to the Copeland.
If you sow a seed to Kenneth Copeland, you now have obeyed this divine law that says you will get back what you've given. You've given to a man of God. And so he justifies it because, hey, all believers should be healthy and wealthy.
They also promise to pray for you every single day if you become a partner of theirs, which leads me to wonder, did they turn pay for play into pay for pray? And one other tactic that stands out is what some call strategic generosity. You see, the Copelands offer you free little promotional items like an audio file from Gloria or a welcome box with their magazine of them in it. And some say that these small gifts are given with the intention that it will trigger a sense of obligation for you to send more money to them. And it's a clever cycle. You give to them to get blessed from God, the Copelands get your money, and somehow faith becomes a financial transaction. What are the odds they're gonna get police there?
I bet security is gonna catch us before we even get there.
I think we need to change our attire.
I agree. Let's get ready for church.
I grew up going to, in what was at the time, one of the biggest mega churches in the country, Willow Creek Community Church. Thousands and thousands of people in a huge auditorium. There was escalators in the place, restaurant, cafeteria, bookstore, basketball courts. It was amazing. I've never had that, like, oh, I have a spiritual connection to God. And so I fell away from the church as I got older. What do you think it is that makes someone continue to give money to a guy that already has private jets, a 19,000 square foot house, and much, much more?
The poor and the sick are desperate.
Because people want to believe desperately in the miracles.
This is a way for me to grow my bank balance. This is a way for me to become richer.
This is Melissa. She's a Christian YouTuber who uses her platform to discuss theology, expose false teachings, and help people spot spiritual deception. Here was her take on Copeland.
What you give, you will get back. And if you can teach people that, if you can shut down their ability to even understand what the Bible actually teaches about it, and their ability to critically think, then that's an easy given. That I believe that.
Morning. If we're trying to get a Bible before the service, is that the Bible store over there? The bookstore?
Oh, the bookstore? Yeah, just go in the main entrance and it's right to your left.
Thank you, sir. So they're a decently well organized unit. All right, well, infiltrating, we're going in. Miguel, we'll see you in about 45 minutes. Sir. This is the moments we live for in this world.
Dude, this is 12 years in the making, really. Okay, guys, I'll see you. I'm gonna go to the bookstore. Morning. How you doing, sir?
Morning, how you doing?
Oh, thank you very much. Good morning. Good morning. How you doing? How you doing? Is there a way to buy a Bible right now, or no? Is the bookstore closed? Oh, bummer. Go get my Bible out of the car. I was hoping to buy one here. Thank you.
Top of the morning to you. How are you?
Great. Good morning.
Good morning. How are you?
Good morning.
How are you?
Good morning.
Dressed in my Sunday best, I went into the service to get a feel for how the Copelands do church. I knew going in that Kenneth had an almost ridiculous amount of armed security. I mean, just look at how they responded to this woman who asked questions about scripture.
Can I ask you, do you think it's always God's will for you to be healthy and wealthy?
Yeah.
So how do you answer 1 Timothy chapter 6 when God says that those that desire to become rich fall into all kinds of temptations?
Actually, I'm going to get you somebody that can answer all your questions for you.
Okay, that's the person you said can help me, security?
Yes.
You don't want to be questioned? Why not Kenneth Copeland? Because he doesn't speak to people, does he?
I'm sure of course he speaks to people, but that's where they have staff pastors to meet and answer any questions.
So we went in incognito with spy glasses, trying to stay under the radar before we left the church to storm Kenneth's compound.
One of the things that was very much emphasized was the fact that there's cameras around and you've got to watch what you say because people are listening.
Describe the volunteer culture in the church.
It is very unhealthy. I also volunteered there for a while. I would definitely call it labor trafficking because they expect you to do everything for free and choose that over your actual job.
Love is king, Jesus is Lord. It's exciting. You can't stay, well, that's fine. You can put that in the offering basket. Not in and of ourselves. Our victory is.
You might be wondering, where is Kenneth? And the truth is, Mr. Copeland is rarely seen preaching at Eagle Mountain these days, and his daughter Terry has more or less taken over as lead pastor.
They used to put out reports that would let their partners know this is what we spend on missions, this is what we spend on employees, that type of thing. And when George and Terry took over, they decided they did not want any transparency at all whatsoever. So even percentages, not even with numbers, none of that is, or at least when I was there, was not available to the public.
As I sat in my chair, maybe I was being too cynical, but it felt like the entire sermon was laced with marketing pitches to get people to tithe, which is the biblical word for giving 10% of your income.
If you'll fill that out, put that either in the offering basket when it comes, put your prayer request on there, and that way we have your name.
We thank you for the ability to grow in wealth.
You see, Kenneth and other prosperity gospel preachers have morphed tithing into this weird formula that essentially, if you give money to them, an anointed prophet of God, that it will somehow translate into God then deciding to multiply your income. Now, some of you may have been expecting a bigger auditorium, and what you have to realize is most of Kenneth's audience is watching through TV, hence why they call him a televangelist. And in his church, he had dozens of ushers who also double the security, many of them probably armed, but most importantly, their job was to approach people sitting in the back and bring them up to pack the front of the church. The reason? To make the audience look filled to capacity for the people watching on their TV back home.
The longer I was there, they started limiting bathroom breaks. You're not allowed to approach certain people. You're expected to all act the same, dress the same. They expected all the body shapes to be the same, telling people they were poorly representing Kenneth because they were a little bit overweight.
We're in a most important time in this nation. We need to know how to vote.
A quick note, folks, there's something called separation of church and state. One way that churches keep their tax-exempt status is by avoiding direct political endorsements. But here at Eagle Mountain, you see classes aimed at educating their members on how to vote. And Kenneth Copeland himself makes his political leanings pretty clear. Here where he mocks Joe Biden.
The media said Joe Biden's president. Ha ha ha.
And here where he attends a Trump rally.
I copied his suit.
To some, this raises a fair question. Should the IRS be paying closer attention to this kind of activity?
People urge people to vote and they're training people to properly vote, and then in private, wink wink, it's for a certain generally Republican candidate, but not always. They can't go after that particular organization's tax-exempt status unless they actually have film of the pastor saying on film to vote for actually a person.
We snuck out halfway through the service so we could attempt to infiltrate Copeland's compound while his security team was focused on the people inside the church.
Like in some ways, it's a very passionate church service. Their music was excellent. Yeah. But then it almost felt like everything was like an infomercial, like go back into giving. Yeah. Bible verse, direct you back into giving.
Yeah. We see in a lot of these preachers is that they'll say, the Lord told me a number of you need to give $1,000, things like that.
Ushers, close the doors. Seed, if I get 1,000 online to give this, if I get 1,000 in the sanctuary to give this, that's $40,000 tonight.
I don't for a minute believe God is speaking to them like that. There's nothing like that in the Bible.
I really don't think you could listen to a single sermon by Kenneth Copeland or one of these other prosperity preachers where money is not, if not the focus, at least mentioned.
Churches are not required to file 990s. Some provide a church financial statement or an audited financial statement to the donors. Sometimes they'll just have a brief summary and an annual report.
Brother in arms of the Copeland Ministries. Let's freaking get it, okay?
Get it. It's gonna be fun, boys.
While everyone else is worshiping in full swing, we're using that cover to get in here as deep as we can.
So if you go to the right here, there's an oil platform.
Oil field right there.
Look at this beautiful farmland. Who would have thought parishioners were paying for this beautiful farmland off of the... Oh, we got a gate. Father.
Is there another way around?
Oh, it's opening.
Oh, boys! I think Kenneth might need to raise some money to patch some of the concrete here, the asphalt.
That's so kind of him that his gate opened for us. Let's see if this gate opens. It's a parsonage. So, oh my gosh.
Woo! This is the road that leads to Kenneth's home?
Yep.
This is almost a billionaire's compound that he's gotten from church money, and to be behind enemy lines right now, driving up to his house, is an independent journalist's dream. I have a hunch it's gonna be like the first three.
No, this one needs a keypad. So, should we just hang out here and wait for someone?
Folks, you should know that on this mega mansion you see, Kenneth Copeland allegedly pays no property tax at all. That's because this house is claimed as a parsonage, which is a property that the church owns and provides for their pastor, which makes sense for most American pastors where the average salary is a modest $52,000 a year, and thereby provides housing for their pastors living a life of sacrifice. But should these tax breaks be used by the ultra-wealthy like Copeland, who for years now has avoided paying what should be a six-figure tax bill? You tell me in the comments.
Have you ever been to his parsonage? The house?
No, I never have.
Has many employees?
Not a lot. I think the people in housekeeping, in maintenance and housekeeping, security, all of that. But no, but the people that go down and decorate for Christmas.
I would assume that the church paid for this, yes.
He has a greenhouse over there, presumably on the church dime. There's private hunting grounds. This is a playground for a man. I'm trying to see how this all lines up, because when Jesus walked into a temple and saw that people were buying and selling and making money in the temple, he flipped over the table and cracked the whip and said, "Get out of my house." How is this even possible to interpret the scripture in this way?
I honestly don't know. Like, the mental gymnastics it takes Kenneth Copeland and his congregation to correlate Jesus or any of the apostles to Kenneth Copeland is mind-numbing.
Can we call the church and ask the gate code?
It's your first time calling him?
It is, yeah.
So how can I pray with you today?
Oh, I would love to meet Kenneth Copeland. Is there a way to meet him? I was just really praying to be able to sit with him and get some wisdom from him. So I've been praying for a while to be able to meet him. I've reached out to him a few times and he hasn't responded. But yeah, we're at the gate to his house, but it's not open.
Oh, are you?
Yeah.
You know, I'm not sure how that works. I think the best thing that you can do is come to the church.
Oh no, we're already by his house.
We're at the there's 3 gates, and ironically the 2 first gates opened for us, and I see that as an act of God, to be honest. Like he wanted us to meet him at his house, but just the 3rd gate, it takes a passcode and I don't have it. Do you have that passcode?
You would have to go to the church.
Oh, okay. We've all become members.
I donated $69 this morning. I'm a member.
69, that's a big number. Good for you for your first donation.
A biblical number, some might say. So we've been praying for the gate code, but apparently
it's another road, but it'll have the same height.
God's busy right now.
100%.
So we're gonna go to the private tarmac that he has, named after himself, and we're gonna further explore. Kenneth. Oh, Kenneth.
When we discovered there was this huge mansion on the property, church members would call us when it came out in the news and said, "We didn't even know about his mansion on the property." We've had informants tell us that it's got a sweeping spiral staircase like you would see in the old movie Gone with the Wind. It's got a bridge across the living room, and the Kenneth Copeland's closet is approximately 35 feet by 20 feet, something like that, bigger than most people's living room.
This is just a man's playground is really what we're on right now. People donated money so they could have a retirement home, a park, this biblical paradise in a way. They believe in this message that this was going to be the city for us to come and gather and celebrate Jesus and the Lord and his love and his mercy, but instead it's just some rich guy's playground. What kind of letters would you get from people asking, they talk about the letters asking for help?
Mm-hmm. We used to get a lot of like, I can't pay my rent, I just lost my job. Like, here's a copy of my lease. Can you pay my rent for this month?
And how often would he help these people?
Hardly ever. On average, I would touch probably 8,000 pieces of mail a month. I maybe saw 3 or 4 that got helped. Everyone else is... no, total.
In the 2.5 years?
Mm-hmm.
We're on Kenneth Copeland's private tarmac. Let's check it out.
From what I've seen here, it doesn't seem like there's much distribution. Like, you look at the revival capital of the world, what he's been raising money on for the last 44 years, the distributions all went to him.
Do you have any idea what kind of money the church was bringing in through this on a weekly basis?
I can't give you like an exact number, but I know they did several fundraisers a year that would reach $10 million. I think last I heard, like, Kenneth's personal net worth was like $760 million.
He's had planes since the 70s, and he's had jets since the 90s, and perhaps since the late 80s. But now he's got 2 private jets. They're owned by the ministry, and 2 twin-engine turboprop aircraft that are also owned by the ministry.
But the 3 things that he's missing are...
the resort hotel for his parishioners.
Do you see that?
Nope. Kingdom Park, which looks like it got turned into a high-fence deer hunting range
for him.
And then Wisdom Heights, which is an elderly community for people that donated. And we've heard from people that some parents donated hundreds of thousands of dollars thinking that they would be able to retire here.
So do we have any proof that he actually did try and build the hotel or the park or the retirement home?
The retirement community I don't think there's any proof that he ever tried to build that. The hotel, he never tried. I've never seen blueprints. There was never sewer or water or electricity brought into the property to be able to build something like that. The park, there's a Frisbee golf course. You know, he raised or generated $700+ million. A Frisbee golf course, I guess, is you could say it's a park.
Who are you guys?
We're all tithers. We were just trying to see the parsonage because we've never seen any documentation on it.
Why are you out here on the runway?
The gates are all open for us. We were just cruising around.
No, you cannot be out here. This is an active strip.
No, it's not. We know it's not.
No, this is active.
It has to be repaid.
It's active.
Listen, I get you're out here to expose stuff. I get that.
He was supposed to build all this stuff.
I'm aware. Listen, that doesn't matter. What matters is that you are on a private airstrip on private property right now, and I need you to leave immediately.
But we're paying members of the church.
If you don't leave, you're going to be criminally trespassed by the police. Get in your vehicles and leave now.
No, I want to ask him about the Resort Hotel, Wisdom Heights, and the Kingdom Park. Is the Kingdom Park the Frisbee golf thing up there?
Hey, that's a work in progress, so just don't worry
For
about
44
all that.
years?
It's a joke to you.
No, I think the joke is a guy pretending to be like the power of Jesus Christ is secretly bawling while all the promises he made seem to have not come to fruition.
Well, let's take us to the church and we'll go to the church.
Yeah, just go right out this gate.
We're going to go out this gate, guys, and head to the church. We're going to head to the church right now. Okay, pal. We're just a couple parishioners. Yeah.
Off the property now.
Where's that badge, just by the way?
Off the property.
Can I see what it is?
You want to see this? Off the property.
Whoa, did you just flash your gun? We want to see your badge.
No.
You did.
Jack crap.
You did.
Get off the property.
Okay. Are you police?
What did you
or?
flash at us?
Doesn't matter.
You literally threatened us with your gun, dude.
Okay, look, he's doing it again. That's
No,
crazy.
I'm not.
We're unarmed. You are. Put your other arm up.
You do not belong on the property. How did you get on the property?
There's literally gates that you pull up to and they open.
No, there's not.
There it is.
How much do you want to bet we rolled the whole time?
You got it. Please stop. What are you, how? Let me ask you, really guys, seriously?
Yeah.
What are you doing out here?
Like the church. We're members.
You go to church here?
Yeah. And we're tithe members.
Really?
Yeah.
Let me show my receipt.
Receipt for
I
what?
gave Kenneth Copeland $69 tonight,
Okay,
a
great.
considerable sum.
Great.
Doing that with the gun was a little nuts.
Well, you know, when I get a call like this, what would you do?
What was the call?
The call is we got people on here that don't belong out here. That's what I got.
Gotcha.
So then when I pull up, I got a crowd of people, cameras flashing everywhere. What is going on?
Yeah.
And then you're on the runway.
Yeah.
We'll get out of the runway.
We'll meet at the church.
Holy shit. He jumped threw his gun on us.
That guy looks like fucking psycho.
Yeah, he was ready to
Kill someone.
kill us for Copeland, dude.
Yeah. Oh shit. It's gonna...
Did you just impersonate a police officer?
No, I didn't.
What'd you
I
flash
didn't.
at us?
Shut the camera
What'd you
off.
flash at us?
It is my badge for the job.
Can you show me that?
No, I already showed it to you.
But
And
we're
actually,
not-
that's probably more dangerous than a weapon, isn't it?
What? A camera? That's true.
What?
I know it is.
Is this another?
Okay, guys, what do you want to ask?
We were going with you to the church, but you pulled over.
Yeah, I did. You noticed that.
These are the 6 pillars that Kenneth used to raise all his money. The resort hotel he promised, he did not build. Kingdom Park, he did not build. He built the radio and TV center. He did not build Wisdom Heights.
Where are we going?
I'm saying he committed fraud.
Allegedly. I think of all places you'd expect transparency, you would want it in a church. But the truth is, how KCM spends the donations it receives is something only they know, because churches are not required to file the Form 990, which is the financial disclosure form that other nonprofits must submit to the IRS. And the religion Kenneth claims to represent features its main character, Jesus, doing things like humbly riding a donkey into town and flipping over a table when men tried making money in the church, leading many to question, in what way does Kenneth's lavish lifestyle resemble anything remotely biblical? And furthermore, how is Kenneth allowed to enrich himself while completely being shielded by a tax code that was designed to protect genuine religious work?
The IRS has used 14-point criteria to categorize churches. And in the 80s, they were able to successfully prosecute a number of organizations that claimed to be churches that weren't, because they didn't have a membership that regularly attended the church. And nowadays, the IRS doesn't even want to investigate churches. And so Copeland's ministry is one of those that doesn't file a 990. So nobody knows, his donors don't know what's going on.
How is the IRS not looking into him?
That is a good question. I remember back in 2008, Senator Chuck Grassley attempted to do that. You know, in the United States, we have freedom of religion, and I'm grateful for that. But underneath that umbrella, you've got a wide berth there. If it's my religion to say, if you give me $1,000, God will heal you of cancer. If you're foolish enough to believe that, well, that's my religion. You agreed to it, so I'm covered. You can't come after me legally. You can't sue me.
So what are you here to do?
I'm here to point out a fraud.
Yeah, that's not going to happen.
Oh, I've got way more than this. I've got
I'm
more
sure you
data
do, then
than...
why are you here?
Because
if
we
you've
wanted
got
to go
everything
see.
you need.
Oh, I don't have everything. That's why I want to talk to George or Kenneth.
Okay, that's not going to happen today.
The only people that ever
Please
call me
tell
are
him to
lawyers.
shut the camera off.
I can't. That's his job.
Well, the next
We wanna
step
talk.
is for you to vacate the property.
I'm a paying member.
Yeah, I know. $69 or
No,
whatever
that was
it
Tommy.
I donated
Okay.
$69. Whatever.
Yeah, but we pay for it.
I can show you the receipt.
I paid $69 to this church.
And as of right now, you guys are criminal trespassing. They've asked you to leave. After this, you guys will no longer be allowed on this property.
For how long?
Extending up to a year.
Up to a year?
A year?
Can we mark the calendar to visit you in a year?
I think they'll mark it for you.
That guy did flash a badge and his gun at us.
Okay.
I identified myself.
We won't press charges if you invite us back into the church right now.
Really? You're going to negotiate that on camera?
I think that's fair. Okay, so hop in your cars and head out.
See you next year, guys.
Yep. Take care, Steve.
See you next year.
Have a blessed day.
Thank you. Well, boys, we got our money's worth this Sunday. I think there's probably a lot of good things that happen at that church. You could tell there was a tight-knit community. There's a lot of love in the air. I'm not taking that away from these guys. What we are talking about, though, is when it's that much money on the line, it's fair to know how that's being allocated, how that's being spent, and why things that he promised to people. Like, there are old ladies at their house that donated absurd sums of money to this guy. And nothing ever came to fruition. Hey, I'm gonna build you a retirement home. Nothing. In an effort to get both sides of the story, we've reached out to Kenneth Copeland multiple times for an interview, but similar to Scientology, he typically does not do interviews because the results tend to be disastrous. But in the interest of fairness, I wanted to highlight the good Kenneth Copeland Ministries, or KCM, has done, and it was actually harder to find than I expected. I read through their 2024 report, and here were 3 major things that I found they celebrated. They distributed 84 million ministry materials, meaning things like books, CDs, and digital downloads. The report claims that they brought over 7 million people to salvation in Jesus Christ. And I learned that KCM has very strong ties with Israel and highlights donating surveillance equipment, security cameras, and tactical gear to their Israeli partners. Interesting. And after reading the report, most of KCM's charitable giving seems to be in the form of things like Copeland branded Bibles, sermon audio, and even a Copeland Christmas album, leading some to ask, is this really charity, or is this just self-promotion disguised as ministry? I'm here on the scene with private investigators. You guys have been looking into the Copelands for how long?
For several decades.
How do you think he came across the funds to get this kind of stuff?
Well, he already had the property when they discovered that when fracking was invented, and they discovered they had gas underground there. And so they started drilling in about 1995 and were hoping to be self-sufficient.
But do we know what kind of funds he used to buy this? Do you know if it was church funds or otherwise?
He raised funds for Revival Capital of the World in the 70s. Purchased the property. He says he got it for a steal. He flew over the property when he was flying back from Oklahoma and said God told him that's going to be your property. And they discovered oil on it after they owned it.
I heard the Lord, I was looking across there. I heard the Lord say, see that tree right over there? And I said, yes, sir.
If you're looking at it from his point of view, God surprised him with the oil, why not use it, right?
Right.
Anything to add to this oil kingdom we see behind us?
Typically, when you have a nonprofit organization with drilling like this occurring on the land, it would be considered unrelated business income because oil drilling has nothing to do with the ministry of the nonprofit organization. There's a form called a 990T for unrelated business income. It would typically be reported and taxed, but there's a crazy loophole in the law. If the property's paid for, they do not have to report it as unrelated business income.
If we were to look at all the people that have lived since biblical times to now, Kenneth Copeland would be in the top 0.00001% of lavish livers. I mean, there's kings that didn't even live like he does today.
And he uses those scriptures about Solomon, the riches of Solomon, to justify his wealth.
What if it's that same guy as yesterday just comes out and just starts firing?
I think that's the same. That's the same truck.
That's the same truck.
Is it?
And there's a helicopter right there.
Look at that. Hey, Kenneth! We need some answers! If you could speak directly to Kenneth, what would you tell him?
I'd tell him, pay your fair share of taxes and get out of politics.
Our goal was to storm Kenneth's private jet hangar and climb aboard his luxury aircraft. So we tracked down the place where his jets were stored, and this is what happened next. We found out that Kenneth Copeland is not using his own tarmac to store his jets, but he's using this one right up here. So we're gonna see if we can find a way into his tarmac to see what his jets look like. You ready for a mission?
Yeah, we're at the Alliance Airport. There's a private hangar over here that holds Copeland's jet. And then whenever his buddies fly in on their private jets, they're all just racked against this fence line.
This is the place where the famous TikTok clip about Kenneth Copeland speaking like a demon to that lady, this is the famous area.
Since he got a bigger plane, his main plane can't land on that small of a runway anymore, so he had to move here.
What we're looking at right now is something that very few people in their life will ever even get access to. We're looking at a private airport. This is where the ultra wealthy fly out of. And the thing is, some of those people here at this airport are megachurch pastors. Jesus told people to go out and sacrifice, to go out and give into the people, to go out and struggle and suffer. He had disciples that were on the road preaching that got persecuted, that got killed for spreading the message, living in great discomfort, living a life of sacrifice, living a life that they gave up everything they had for Jesus. You guys tell me in the comments, does that fly with you? Check this out, look what we got here. First parking space next to the door, EMIC, Eagle Mountain International Church. So this is where his fancy car parks. He goes in there for his jet. They paid a premium for this spot. How do you people give money to this man? I don't get it. I really don't. The question that comes to my mind is, how in God's green earth does someone rationalize making almost $1 billion off the backs of their donors and their own church members when there are so many real issues in the world? Hunger, education, housing, mental health. That's what our church is supposed to do, is to help the community. But instead we have this son of a bitch who is just racking up the income. Again, I'm not calling his members stupid, but I don't understand it. How does it feel speaking right now? And would you say there is a climate of fear to speak out against Kenneth Copeland?
I mean, I'm scared, but that's just how I was raised, and I feel like it's breaking that tie.
Is there a real fear that someone would come after you for speaking out against him?
Potentially.
What is it that you want the people to walk away with after they see this episode on Kenneth, but also the bigger problem of misappropriation of funds within the church community?
There's a lot of issues in the system, in the religious system in America, but it has all the tools it needs to fix a lot of things too. American Christians are the most generous givers in the world per capita. They give more away to charity than anybody else. So that means that the Christian church has more resources than anybody else. It has more time than anybody else. So here's the crazy part. If reform was brought into the religious sector in America with these religious exemptions, the Christian church has enough resources, just if we stopped most of the theft in churches, to solve the top 30 global social issues, and it would affect no one's bottom line. You could change the world tomorrow.
The Apostle Paul makes an interesting statement in 2 Timothy 3, verse 13. He says that evil men and impostors will grow from bad to worse, deceiving and being deceived. Both of those dynamics can be at work in the same person. Kenneth Copeland is actively deceiving people. He knows that he has given many false prophecies. I would tell Kenneth Copeland to repent. I would say to Kenneth Copeland, Kenneth, I don't hate you, but I do hate what you do.
If I could say one thing to Kenneth Copeland, it would be, dude, the church should be the most accountable, transparent organization in the world. It is the literal arbiter and voice of Jesus, or the manifested voice of that. And instead it's the darkest, shadiest sector in the entire economy.
What's the most that's ever been in your bank account at one time?
million. Bought one of the biggest mountains in Georgia on 127 acres. We're gonna go check it out right after we leave here.
How the did they do this? This is how you get monkeypox, dude. All right, today, folks, let's talk money. Let's talk $100 million. We're gonna be talking to a guy, Abraham Gray, an entrepreneur, investor, a whole lot of things, worth $100 million, and see what it's like to be him. But first, a message from our sponsor. As you guys might know with my wild content, YouTube has been demonetizing the absolute dog shit out of me. So when I say that this video has been made possible by the sponsor of today, HelloFresh, I mean it. If you want to invest into yourself, the first place I recommend is actually your body. So we got this wonderful pre-packaged ingredients from HelloFresh, and now we're ready to cook a delicious and healthy meal. Even a monkey like me could follow these 6 steps. So if you want pythons like these and a booty like this, You gotta eat healthy. Woo! Man, it smells so good that even Frankie boy had to come by and see what this was all about. Sauce. Use the code on the screen for 65% off or click my link in description. Woo! Yeah! Big Daddy's in the kitchen right now. Hello Fresh! Woo! Bon appetit. Dinner's ready. And now, back to the episode. Hello, hello.
What's up?
How you doing, man?
Good.
Good to meet you.
Yeah,
Ooh, looking good in the shirt.
Yeah, man.
Wow.
When we were figuring out everything that we were gonna do, I was like, well, shit, let's make sure we can fit it all in the day.
Are all these images your brands on the wall?
Yeah. I actually have a bunch more we just didn't make it.
Come over here and look at these gloves. So this man, not only is he a businessman, but he also has entered the cage and tested his courage there. How many times did you make that walk?
6 fights.
Man.
But I was old when I started. My first fight, I was 38.
So what made you wake up and say, I'm going into a cage fight?
Man, I just got into jiu-jitsu and I did karate my whole life. I was like, man, I just gotta get in there and just see how I
Test
do
yourself?
Yeah.
I think a lot of winners I meet, there's this inborn thing is like you constantly have to put a hurdle in your own path
For sure.
to see how you do.
Yeah.
He does a lot of real estate, but also a lot of his businesses look like experience-based businesses where you go and have a good time. Putt Nation. Are you a drinker yourself?
I don't drink at all. I never drink.
Are you a sober man?
Yeah, I just never drink. I just don't like it.
Do you have any vices?
I mean, I like to work a lot.
Yeah.
I have this addiction to making money.
I'm putting in the title of the video, Day in the Life of a $100 Million Man. Is that a fair title?
In this business right here, Goldmax, I made $100 million in profit.
Abraham, is it true that you made your first million off of Beanie Babies?
I made my first million off of baseball cards.
Baseball cards?
But I made my first 10 million off of Beanie Babies.
What a niche market, man. This is fake money.
I have escape rooms, and in the bank heist room, we have like millions and millions and millions of dollars.
What do you think about rappers that are like always like...
I mean, that's their thing. If I was a rapper, I'd do the same shit.
Is there any flex you do or you feel like you're low-key about your dough?
I was super low-key about everything. I very rarely even posted on social media until 2019, 2020.
So some people would look at your position and say, you have all the wealth you need. Fame can be a weird thing to get into. Some people want to be rich but undercover.
Yeah. The more I do on social media, the more my businesses grow.
What's your average stress level throughout a day or a week?
I'm never stressed. I literally have no stress in my life, ever. I just know, like, whatever I can get to, I can get to, and whatever I don't, I don't. Did you wrestle in college?
Yeah.
He's gonna be way quicker and he'll get a good start, but it's not gonna end good.
I think this confidence is good for his business, but I don't know if it's gonna work on the mats. Tell us what we're about to see right now.
We're in the main level of the house, and you want to go check out my gym and my movie room and some other cool shit I did, so we're gonna take the elevator downstairs.
Oh, yeah.
Come on.
Oh, got it.
Oh my god, alright, so come on. Nothing was here when I bought the house. I put all this shit in. So basically, here's my gym. I used to train a lot here. Since I have my own gym, I just kind of go there. You guys can wear cage work, jiu-jitsu, karate. My wife uses it to work out. My kids do like karate since they were 3 years old. So
Massage room.
So yeah, so I get 2 massages every single week.
Now that's a luxury item that when I'm really banking in the bucks, I'm investing in that.
So they just come here every week, and
that's why your glutes are so loose?
You don't have a massage room?
Mm-mm.
So here's my movie room. So this is the coolest thing. So when I first bought this house, I was like, dude, I want to have like the coolest house out of anyone I know. And I know a lot of people have movie rooms, right? But very few people have concession rooms with a movie room.
Because big dogs gotta eat, right?
Hey. So I built this fake wall that looks like a pendant.
Certainly a UFC fan, I see, a fight fan.
Yeah, I like UFC. I have, basically all the different candies and drinks. My kids come here and rate it.
You charge your kids $6 for popcorn? Inflation's hitting this household hard, huh?
Plus tax. So our phones are gonna keep ringing.
Is this appropriate for children's movie theater, Abraham?
Dude, so my children, I curse like a motherfucker in front of them. I don't block anything out.
So first word they learned was probably
Yeah, for sure.
How often do you actually use
This room? Before COVID, I used to have a ton of people come here every single month for all the UFC fights.
So building community is really important to you.
Yeah, for sure. And everyone that comes here is friends of mine, really from jiu-jitsu. I have other friends that, from real estate. So I built all this.
Wow, imagine watching a UFC night in this. How often do you take your elevator?
My wife and kids use it almost every day. I don't use it hardly that often.
How is it that your number gets leaked? Wouldn't you want your number a little bit more protected?
It's skip trace. He knows, right? I get anyone that owns homes, you can skip trace them and get anyone's number. And then basically what they do is these guys are just keep calling, trying to buy your homes. So because I own hundreds of homes, I literally get crazy amounts of calls.
Would you say you're a healthy eater?
I try to be.
I noticed the cookie jar is awfully low.
That's not me. That's my daughter is bad.
Yeah.
I tell my wife not to buy this stuff, and she buys it anyway. I'm like, don't leave it in the house. But I really haven't been eating any sugar the last couple months. I got a few different stairs. This is one of them.
So you have 3 kids.
Yeah.
They're growing up in an extremely nice life. How do you deal with money around your kids? Do you plan on leaving them money? How do you navigate that?
I give them money for their birthday. That's pretty much about it. My older kid actually works at the karate studio as a helper, and he gets paid to do that. My other 2 kids are too young to work, but they want to work and make money.
Let's just say you die on this earth with $100 million. How much of that would you leave your kids? How much are you putting into charity?
I have a will. It all goes to my kids and wife.
I think it could be a great gift to be the son or the daughter of someone very wealthy, but also can be a curse, right? I'm guessing a lot of sons of really wealthy people are depressed and
100%.
I mean, how do you navigate that?
I'm basically going to be watching them, and as they grow up, what their attitude is. If one of them turn out not to be that good, then
you'll write them out a little bit.
I mean, I think you have to, because I'll be blown, and it'll go to something stupid.
If they come to you and they say, "Dad, these new Yeezys just came out. Can I get them?"
I make them do something for me to get something.
Do they have to get their hands dirty at all? Like what?
Yeah, they do all the chores. They take out the trash. They fill up the water in the fridge. They pretty much do everything. Here's my bedroom.
You go to sleep looking at your security cameras? Is that ever?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Is that a comforting thing to fall asleep to?
I have a gate, so it's hard to get in anyway. I actually have double the amount of cameras as this. This is only half one.
Like, I don't see a bunch of Jordans and Yeezys. Like, where would you say your splurges are?
I have the cheapest shit. If someone broke in my house, they'd be disappointed.
So you're not much of a materialist?
No, not at all. These are all gold IBJJF. I usually pretty much get gold or silver. This actually is a waterfall. I'm in here multiple times a day.
That's nice, man. Are you good at being able to just sit back and enjoy what you have?
Yeah, 100%. Jiu-jitsu I really enjoy. I enjoy just hanging out in the jacuzzi, chilling. There's a lot of things like self-care stuff I do, and I really enjoy and just relax and reflect on stuff. Rock climbing wall, zip line. This right here used to be like fountains and all kinds of stuff and concrete. I took it all out. I put a field here so we play ball.
We kind of got to see how your kids are growing up. What was your childhood like? What's your story?
My parents got divorced right before I was 2, and I ended up moving with my mom. I lived in like a 1-bedroom apartment with her from when I was like 2 till when I was like 9. We didn't really have shit.
I heard part of the backstory was that you were in and out of foster cares.
Yeah, when I was 12 years old, I didn't get along with either of my parents. From 12 to 16, I lived with a lot of different foster families.
Were you kind of a bad kid?
I was a very bad kid. And I was bad all through my early 20s.
Were they on the misdemeanor or felony level?
No, they're felony. When I got to high school, I was like the most likely to be in jail the rest of my life.
So you could have your own driver, but you just don't want to?
It's just not convenient. My wife helps me a lot. She'll drive just so I could like answer emails.
There's a strong sentiment in this country, say like eat the rich. No one should be super rich.
It's just jealous. The only reason why people don't like people is because they're jealous of them usually. And obviously as soon as they get rich, they don't feel that way anymore. And there's so many stories out there with people that were homeless that are now multi-millionaires. I mean, Alex Rose, he was homeless like literally a year before I bought the program. He's worth hundreds of millions of dollars now. I don't know if they cleaned it out yet. It might
so this was a hoarder house.
Yeah, let's go.
And that doesn't scare you away from a property?
No.
A house this small with 2 dumpsters is crazy. This is a place you really want to walk through with sandals on?
You don't want to. But
Golly fucking Jenkins.
This thing was like this high though.
Ew.
Can't be scared though, you just gotta do it.
Oh! How? How?
I just bought this house. Hold your... Oh shit, I didn't bring my flashlight. Just keep your nose closed because it's fucking cold. This is the master right here.
Hold on. Oh my gosh!
Bro, this is the master bedroom.
How the fuck did they do this?
I don't know.
This is how you get monkeypox, dude. This is the most disgusting property I've ever seen in my life.
How could somebody you gotta look,
Oh, I don't want to follow.
See how crazy.
Okay, let's get out of here. And it's just all all over their whole house. Oh! Abraham, when people picture what they think your life might be like, they picture glamour and glitz, and you have butlers, and there's dolphins in your pool at your house. You're walking through this.
I love this shit.
So you get down and dirty.
I love this shit.
I hope people appreciate the amount of work and what you have to be willing to do to be in this position. It's not easy. We just got done rolling, now we're checking out the rest of the gym.
I'm not gonna talk about what happened during rolling because some people ain't gonna wanna know.
Old dogs have tricks, old dogs have tricks.
This is our personal training area. We have all kinds of weights that you could possibly want. We have boxing classes at the end.
Wow, sauna in the gym, huh? Oh man, if you wanna relax, you wanna cut weight, this is a great place.
It's a great place to cut weight.
Wow, look at this.
So this mural was actually done by someone that used to work at Sherman-Williams next door. It took him like a year to do all this. He did it by hand, it's crazy. So this is my shopping center, one of my shopping centers.
So guys, Abraham has this entire strip right here. Gym, furniture store.
This is the arts and crafts studio and a axe throwing location. Blue Belt that owns that, he rented it from me.
That little coffee shop. So this is his axe throwing gym.
You got it, man. First, bullseye. There you go, bullseye. All the way back, and lean forward and swing your arm past your hip. Oh, nice. There you go, bullseye.
All right, guys, we're gonna edit out all the 74 times before that.
Okay, let's go. When I bought this shopping center, I didn't want anyone to mess with me. So what I did was I bought 3 houses in the neighborhood. I bought the next 3 houses. So I own all the houses. They're friends, so I'm renting them cheap. I'm renting them for like $2,000 only. They would rent for closer to 3. Well, they're friends of mine. I take good care of it. I know I can do whatever I want. They're not going to bother me. So it just works out for everybody. This is an arts and crafts studio. I got this idea from Paint and Sip. Those were like crazy popular. I knew some people making millions of dollars on Paint and Sip places, but I couldn't open up a Paint and Sip. There were just too many of them. I was like, you know what? I don't think people really give a shit about painting. I think they just like going to hang out, being able to bring your own food and drinks.
All right, so Abraham, you do a lot of different types of business. Is there anything you sell? Like, would you sell cigarettes? Would you sell painkillers? Would you sell anything that's...
I would sell anything that's legal. If it's not legal, I wouldn't mess with it, but if it's legal, I would mess with it.
So gambling, nude videos?
Of course.
Doesn't matter if they're smoking cigarettes, eating 17 cheeseburgers in a day.
I think it's stupid for people that do that, but it's their choice if that's what they want to do.
And someone's gonna make money off of it, might as well be you.
100%.
Let's go eat lunch.
Big dog's gotta eat.
So we're here at a cryotherapy place.
This will wake you the f up for sure. And you're gonna feel so good, and on the ride to the mountains, you're gonna be happy we came here.
We gotta be awake if we're visiting a mountain that this man owns.
Bought one of the biggest mountains in Georgia, 127 acres. We're gonna go check it out right after we leave here.
How often does a mountain get listed for sale?
Not often.
And then when you're ready, we'll just knock on this door and we'll freeze you. What song are we doing?
You know the song Cash Out by Little Toe?
He wants to get lit. You're gonna be at negative 220.
Okay.
He's like rocking.
So many rounds, I don't need to hang. So many clips, he could get a tape. Dope boy fresh with a steak on me. Dope boy fresh with a steak on me.
The second time you put on was the shit.
So how'd you like it?
I feel good.
Yeah, it's crazy refresh. Crazy refresh.
I feel like I could just like
go again. We could go roll again.
Yeah.
No gi this time. He's like the gi.
I'm charged up.
Feel good afterwards.
Okay, let's go to a mountain, huh?
Let's go to a mountain. Tesla's charging station.
So, what are the simple pleasures in life that you enjoy?
I really enjoy when a deal happens. That's really, I get like super, super happy, and I feel like, wow, I just accomplished something. Anytime I accomplish something, I really get like a joy out of that. And of course, you know, hanging out with my wife, hanging out with my kids on the weekends and when I have time.
Sounds like you don't get as happy or as excited about normal things.
I don't give a shit about most stuff that people will get happy about. It just doesn't like do a whole lot for me.
Do you feel like that is one of your secrets to being able to win, is that you were kind of singularly obsessed with closing a deal, and the other distractions that most people would fall into, you don't fall into?
100%. So the things that used to disappoint me when I was little, that I used to stress about or be unhappy about, were like when I expected something or wanted something and I couldn't get it. So now like I just don't ever expect anything, ever want anything, and when I do get something, I don't get that excited about it because I didn't expect it, I didn't care about it, and when I don't get it, it doesn't really affect me in a bad way.
So you don't have a roller coaster emotional compass,
I'm so flat.
What about the birth of a child?
Yeah, like it's crazy, but it doesn't do that much for me. It's crazy.
Losing your virginity.
Yeah, I mean, No.
Do you wish you could feel more of that for the simple joys of life?
Not really, because I do feel good a lot of times, but it's just I always feel good. So it's like I'm not like ever on a crazy high, but I'm always above average. So it works for me.
Do you ever picture retirement? Like, do you ever picture you're just relaxing?
I feel like I'm retired. Because what is retirement really? Retirement is when you get to do whatever you want and don't have to feel committed to do something. There's nothing that I have to do right now that I have to do. Like if I wanted to say, look, I don't want to look at deals anymore, I'm done. I never have to look at deals. I only do it because it's fun.
But it's hard for you to relax.
That relaxes me. Like doing these deals relaxes.
If you don't do anything, do you become stressed?
Yeah.
Intense?
That's the only time I ever become stressed is when I am not doing stuff. When I go on vacations and I'm gone for a week, man, that would be probably the only time that I even get like, I wouldn't say stressed, but like close. Like I'm like, what am I missing?
You're an interesting man, Abraham Gray. Okay, so this is the business that did $100 million.
I had over 300 locations of these all across the country. This was one of my first 2 locations that I ever opened.
What kind of money was this doing when it was at its prime with you?
I was making $100,000 a month in profit just off this one location. What's up? I've seen you forever.
How do you screen people to see if they rob stuff to bring it in, or?
Report everything we purchased to the police department.
Everything has to be reported, and then they come and look at everything. If anything matches a robbery description, they'll come and take it. Crazy thing about diamonds is, literally, it's probably worth 1/3 of what retail.
Diamond's a dirty business, isn't it?
Very, very. We set up, we put some big signage out, and before you knew it, people were just coming in, selling us gold, and just making a crazy amount of money. You want to check the back out? Look at this. There's money. I ran 20,000.
There are a lot of people out there that listen to this. They hear about all the businesses you have. $100 million sounds so unattainable. If you started over at 0 right now, what would you do to get to $100,000? Some people would just be happy with $100K in the bank.
It's impossible to get to where you want to get day one. Like people are like, how'd you have 300 stores? It's impossible. I would have failed if I did 300 stores. I did 2 stores. And then from 2 stores, I went to 5, from 5 to 10. If your goal is to have $100,000, make $2,000, then make 5, then make 10, then make 20, then make 50. And then before you know it, you'll be at 100, but you're not going to make it right away.
There's 70% of Americans are living paycheck to paycheck right now, and we need to find a way to create wealth. What would you tell those people?
They got to figure out what they like doing, and they got to figure out what they're good at, and they need to figure out a way to make money at what they like doing and what they're good at, and to go after it. Anyone could own a business. Anyone could do this stuff. Like Jimmy, who owns this business that probably does really well now, he worked for me for years. He grew from working at the front to being a manager to owning the store. As long as you care enough about progressing, if you're trying to get it overnight, you're going to fail or do something crazy because that's basically asking for a disaster. So look at all this. This is all...
Are this ancient Indian
I have no idea.
medieval weapons? Or?
That's probably a sex toy. But you go on eBay and that's, yeah. This is...
That's $200,000.
Well, I hear the mom's calling.
All right.
Thank you.
Hey, thanks a lot. I had no interest in buying anything this far away from Atlanta, and when I came here, I was like, dude, I gotta buy this. They're painting it. They're all built in the 18s and 17s. The oldest one is 1775. What's that one? The stagecoach. So it actually has slave quarters in it.
Oof. So we're at the base of the mountain right now. You're developing these for Airbnbs right now.
How many does this sleep right here, Stacey?
About 50.
That used to be a hotel that some of the third vice president of the United States stayed in. So the mountain's like way the up there, like it's like crazy far up. This is the oldest one, 1775. These are like, we're gonna put stuff like this all through all the cabins. These are like the actual tools they used to build it, like the actual nails. That's what they used in the 1700s. People were short back then because there's a lot of short doors. So yeah, the slave quarters is up here. So the slaves, they made really shitty quarters for. We're gonna leave. And this is where they all stayed. If you go up there, 1775.
We weren't even officially a country yet.
No, this is a year before we were officially a country is when this was built. And this is South Carolina, so this was in the Confederate States. So they had the slaves the longest.
But look, they can't even stand up to do anything.
No, they can't stand up. They didn't care about them. They made it as cheap and as easy as possible for them.
Imagine being like, oh, I'm going to bed after I worked all day and I can't even stand up. That's bullshit, man. Yeah. It's a good thing we had the Civil War, huh?
Yep. Let's go to one that's almost finished, and then we can go to the mountain.
Abraham, how many construction projects do you have running at one time?
A lot. I'm not even sure how many. I know that I have a few hundred homes. I probably have at least 10% of them under construction, so at least 30.
Yeah. On this property alone, at any given time, there's like 40 people that work on this property.
So how many people do you employ through all the businesses you do? Like how many people have a job because you are alive?
Well, it's probably close to 1,000. It's probably at least 800. But when I had the gold business, I mean, it was in the thousands.
Is that something you take pride in? Like the fact that many people have a job because you are moving and grooving and doing your thing?
I get really close to a lot of people that work for me, especially people that I see on a day-to-day basis.
Sir, is a firearm for animals, for humans, or a little bit of both?
Bears.
Animal. There's bears.
Is there a big bear that lives around here? Have you met him personally?
Yes, I have.
Is he a fine man or no?
He took off running the other way when he realized I was there.
How many people can say a 600-pound bear runs from them? This guy.
This is one of the smallest ones. It's a 1-bedroom.
So a mixture of rustic and luxury, kind of.
We're trying to get a lot of rustic on the outside and then like the walls, but like we want people to have luxury when they come here, so they want to keep coming back.
Do you ever stay in the places that you own?
100%. When we first get these ready and get these open, me and my partners are going to stay for like at least a week or a week and a half in every single unit for a few days to make sure that they're all good, because that's the only way that you know.
You yourself are going to stress test the unit.
I'm going to myself stress test these, yeah, for sure. And it's a nice getaway. It'll be fun. There's a lot of stuff to do here.
You'll take the kids, have a good time?
100%, 100%.
Is that a mosque or a church?
It's a church.
It may be hard to tell for people, but the mountain that he owns is there, and we're going to see it once we're at the top because it's kind of disguised by all the trees. Wonderful truck over here. Got us to the top.
I just bought a Tesla. I think I should get it this week.
You have a Tesla. What makes you want to get another one?
I want a brand new one, a 2020. So the reason is because my car can't make it all the way here to this mountain and back home on one charge. The new Teslas can make it here, back home, and then probably here again. So,
Also, watch your ankles here. There's a lot of snakes.
So we're on top of a mountain. Like we're like a fucking mile above where we just were. So we're on the top of the mountain right here. We're on top of Trembly Bald. We're above almost any single place in Georgia you could be right now.
You pretty pumped?
I don't get that excited, but it's kind of cool.
I'm excited. I've never met anyone that owns a mountain yet, so
yeah.
That's a check in your hat, huh? Because I'm a pretty good source of mountain knowers, you know what I mean? I think this is a good time to end the episode on some Instagram questions from the audience. So thank you guys for all the questions you submitted on Instagram. First, how has money impacted your social life?
So I actually had been with my wife since 1997. So relationship-wise, it hasn't really impacted me. But as far as all my friends and stuff, I actually hang out with mostly all the people that I do jiu-jitsu with, or all the people that I do real estate with. Nobody would know anything about me other than I'm just a regular guy. If you saw me on the street, what would you think?
I think borderline metrosexual, but pretty cool.
There you go. So
what do you think the most lucrative avenue is that you can go into to make money?
So I think the two best ways to make money is definitely in real estate and in business. Now, I've made most of my money in business, but I've made a ton of money in real estate. Save up some money with real estate, or save up some money with just doing some odds and end jobs, save it, invest it, and then definitely at some point you need to own your own business.
What's a downside to being a $100 million man?
So honestly, there is no downside at all. I can do whatever I want. I work because I have fun doing it.
That's a blessing for sure. How'd you make your first million?
When I was younger, I collected baseball cards, football cards. I turned 15, I started selling them. I was making around $50,000 a year when I was 15, then I was making 100 when I was 16, and every single year I made a few $100,000 more and more. I was actually able to save $1 million by the time I was 19.
Wow. What's the worst purchase you ever made?
I bought costume stores and different things like that I didn't really know what I was doing when I was doing due diligence in my early 20s, and those ended up not being so good. I lost multiple hundred thousands on some of those. As far as real estate goes, I bought some properties back in 2007, 8. Probably been a few properties back when the market turned that I lost over 100,000 plus on each one. I'm buying so many that the amount that I lose on is so small that it's worth taking the risks.
Have you ever been asked to be someone's sugar daddy?
I never have, never interested. Married, I have 3 kids. I've been with my wife for 26 years, but thanks for the offer.
Would you rather have all of your wealth right now or go back to being 20 years old and broke?
Knowing what I know now, for sure.
You don't enjoy your place in life so much that you just say, I'm good?
No, because instead of making $100 million, I could have made $1 billion.
And so what?
Psychological. Like if there's somebody better than you, you always want to better yourself, but you always want to see if you can get to these other people's levels.
Okay, let's say you're number 1 in the world. Then what? You happy?
I'm happy whether I have the amount of money I have now. I'm happy whether I had half of the amount of money I had now. It's nothing to do with happiness. It has to do with there's something in you that if you don't progress every single day or every single month, you just don't feel as good about yourself.
Do you even check the prices of things when you buy it?
Never. I haven't checked prices on almost anything in so long. The only thing I will check prices on if I buy a new car or when I'm buying homes.
To make sure you're not getting screwed.
Yeah, just because when I buy a home, I'm doing it for investment, so I want to make sure that I'm buying it so I can resell it. As far as anything like hotels or food or entertainment or massages or whatever it is, I could care less. It's irrelevant.
What's the most that's ever been in your bank account at one time?
$10 million, $15 million. It's really, really stupid to keep a lot of cash at any time in your bank because you're just not making any money with the money in your bank. I keep way less than that now. Never have more than $5 million. It would be a lot right now just because it's stupid.
Mr. Abraham Gray, it's been a fascinating journey in your world, seeing all sorts of things that you are up to. And I think you have a great story that you can start with zero in your pocket. You can make something of yourself in this country. You can be an investor, an entrepreneur, a business owner across many different fronts. And I think you can too at home if you apply yourself the right
Anyone
way.
can do it. Like all the richest people I know, or all the rich people of friends that I know, were broke and they made it all themselves, but without being handed anything to them. It's just a matter of really wanting it and figuring out something that works and then building it to whatever level that you want to build it to.